I suck at sound effects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to session 3 of the Chromatic Dragon Saga. So stoked that you have decided to join us on this very special Saturday. We've got another jam-packed session ready to go for all of you D&D nerds out there. Couple quick things off the top. As always, just want to remind you that this is a multi-streamed event. So we've got a lot of streams going on, streaming this natively right now. Jessica Wings, Web-Headed Hero, BB Merrill, I think, are also streaming this on their channels with Lightbox Gnome and Shays hosting them on their channels. So if you want to see everyone's cool layouts and what we've all got going on, consider just swiping over. Follow them if you're not. They are all amazing people. Couple of quick things off the top for me specifically. We launched a couple of really cool things in the last week, and we launched a very cool thing this morning that I want to just quickly talk to you about. So for the Dicecream Patreon, oh boy, it went live, and you guys supported it so freaking incredibly. I cannot thank you enough. It's been amazing seeing the support on those and the tiers that we've got, from DM tip videos to wax sealed letters, homebrew items, all that fun stuff, even D&D games you can sign up for. The support has been really awesome. So I want to take a minute just to thank those new Patreons from this week. So Rob, Harry, Amber, Raven, Devry, AJ, Vespera, Georgia, Grand Admiral Flair, and Timothy. Thank you all so much for joining the Patreon this week. Really appreciate the support on there. And that's just an ongoing thing, everyone. So I'm going to be sending out those wax sealed letters very soon because I got my own Dicecream logo to put on wax things. So it's going to be neat. Also, last but not least, just want you will notice on my Twitch stream right now, we've got a very new addition to our layout. That is because we have decided to do a charity collaboration all this week, in fact, with a very important group called WAVA. WAVA is BC's Canadian province, but those in America, is BC's largest rape crisis center for all marginalized genders. And they are having this streaming event weekend coming up where they asked a bunch of streamers to take part. Unfortunately, I'm doing a stream on Saturday that already has a charity sponsor, so I wasn't able to work it out. But I was like, screw it. Why don't we just do streams all this week and support them? So you can donate in our channel with, I think, !donation. Or you can interact with the donation layout up at the top of our screen. It's a really great cause, everyone, and we're so excited that they chose us to interact with them. So thank you to WAVA. And we also got LGBTQ-themed merch that's very exclusive for this week only, with half the proceeds also going to WAVA. So if you want to check that out, you can hit !mark merch and check that out as well. But yeah, very excited, guys. So all streams this week, those proceeds will be going to them. So super excited for that. All right. Thank you all for letting me rant a little bit. But with all that out of the way, let's take a deep breath, everyone. Close your eyes and dive right on into these very murky waters you've gotten yourself into for tonight's episode of Beyond the Realms. So, last we left off, the party having kind of inadvertently gotten them involved in this seemingly out of nowhere dragon cultist attack on the little town called Green Nest. You were able to save a few villagers as these dragon cultists just streamed into this village, burning, pillaging, raiding, looting as they went. You were able to save a few of the town villagers as you made your way to the keep that's in the center of this village, made some contact, got a lay of the land of who these people were, what was going on, and you learned that there were actually more villagers in trouble. Not all of them were able to get inside the keep to safety. So being the kind adventurers you are, you were kind of initially conscripted into the Green Nest army, which is not very big, but they will take all the help they can get. So you went on your way because you heard that a local church in the village area had been attacked by these cultists, and you were desperate to go and investigate and figure out what was going on. As you know, that some of the villagers are inside, all these big groups of cultists are around it currently. You sneaked your way out of the keep through an underground tunnel and made your pass by some of the raiders that were still very active, looking for any new loot or anything they could find. You also found out that there were some dragon eggs nearby that they are also after interrogating one of their own, sort of getting a better sense of their overall plan and why they're in this area to begin with. But as you made your way closer to this church, you were able to sneak close by, and you found that there were a large number of these cultists all around, and trying to come up with a plan. There were talks of lighting the trees on fire. There were talks of just, why don't they just believe what we're doing and we'll just talk our way out of this. But choosing a course of action, Avery and Apollo decided to approach the cultists who had never seen their faces and tell them, with that knowledge, knowing that they're looking for dragon eggs, we found dragon eggs, come quick, we know where they are. And we're able to, with some very high persuasion rolls, whisk them away, at least a part of this brigade onto this church, away from this said area. And that was where we left off. So, going back to our Roll20 screen here, as we left with Avery and Apollo racing away from the dragon cultists, we are going to switch over to Arlie, Arcturion, and Amara, as you are still safely hidden in the nearby brush. You just saw your friends go up and convince them they knew where these dragon eggs were, ran to the other side. What would you all like to do? You can see that there is still that group at the front of this church with that battering ram banging into the wall. You notice that the wooden door is kind of starting to crack in and cave in a little bit. You notice that there was another group behind the church as well that were seemingly looking for something, trying to find something. You couldn't really get a good bead on what it was they were trying to do, but that's the situation you find yourselves in. What would you like to do?
Well, that happened. So it looks like there's 8 people around back. Should we see if we can't loop around and try to take them by surprise?
Do you think that they're moving, or are they just gonna stay there?
I was wondering if this church has windows that we could possibly get into.
Oh,
good idea.
Instead of other windows on the side, because if it's a church, it might have those nice little stained glass windows that we could kind of hop in through the side instead of trying to charge away. This is surprisingly not how I usually am, but I'm just trying to look away from attacking them because we are heavily outnumbered.
I'm down for that. Let's sneak and go.
Yeah, maybe we could try to time us breaking the window with them doing the battering ram so they can't hear it.
Smart.
Archeron, do you want to make a perception check just to see if you can kind of make out the window, like if there's any windows on the side or what they're made of or anything like that?
Can I aid him in that?
Sure. Yeah, you can help him by both trying to look for details that maybe he missed.
Yeah, because I got 3.
Ooh. All right, so make another roll. You roll at advantage when someone helps you.
Okay. Let's hope it's a little bit better. 15.
Hey, 15. So you're kind of through the brush. You're kind of looking at those 2 groups of enemies from the front and the back. You think, windows. Oh shit, there's gotta be windows around here. You kind of instinctively look on the side of the church and you notice there are some stained glass windows that are pretty tall. But as you kind of look through the different colored panes in the glass, you can notice that furniture has been put up against them to block any of the intruders from coming in the sides as well. Seemingly, as you see them kind of continuing to ram the front door, kind of sort of think about it, be like, oh yeah, they probably would have gone through the windows as well if they could.
Arcturion, are you able to see anyone inside there that maybe you could signal to take the furniture down, maybe?
If they're loading up windows, I don't think they're going to be able to see.
Yeah, you could definitely see that the furniture, whatever sort of pews and chairs, blocked it fully up. There's you can't see inside the church from the side, unfortunately.
That would be much easier to break, though. Glass seems easier than doors.
Let me check my inventory for some things.
All right.
Okay.
While the 3 of you are kind of planning out what your next mode of attack will be, we'll camera pan over to Avery and Apollo, who are currently running to who knows where, with a good number of cultists at their back. So we'll start off with Apollo. So you ran several hundred feet at this point, just kind of booking it. You've kind of gone away from that ravine, and you've kind of going through a little bit of nearby villages and houses that you're kind of running by through. Would the two of you still be running to an undisclosed location, or are you stopping? What were you two doing?
I'm actively. Is there any? Can I see any like woods or like a tree line or like even just tall grass? Just
make a perception check.
Can Avery assist with
assist?
Assist. Well,
20,
so right.
Not even needed.
22. 22. I said that as it rolled, and I was like,
can you help? Never mind. Okay, so you can see sort of off to your left and up a bit. There are a little bit of a tree line over here by the stream of water.
Is it on the map?
Yep. So right where you are in the Green Nest map, sort of to your northwest direction, there should be a little bit of green forest patch along the riverside where your tokens are.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of not like be going one way and then suddenly see it and go, whoa, we're going this way now. Kind of like a drift over, like I planned to go that way anyway.
Yes, we're avoiding that patch of poison ivy over there. We didn't want to run.
Yeah. Are Avery and I like ahead of them enough to where I could say something to him without?
So like when we talked about with your deception plan, you had pretty much said like we rolled persuasion, it matched. You were like, come find these with us, and they were like, where did you say they were? Like, fine, if you don't want to get them, we'll go. And you booked it. Then we rolled again, and they believed you. So you do have a bit of a gain on them at this point.
Okay, so I can just kind of to Avery okay. You see that? You see that tree line? And I'm gonna point it out. Like I'm pointing along the tree line, so when they see from behind, it looks like we're planning something out. Avery, okay, we're gonna get in there. We're gonna spread them out. We're gonna have them search that area, and you and we need to just slip away when no one's looking, and we're gonna head back to the church. They should be distracted enough with this, searching this area. I'll give them a little fright. Don't worry, and they'll search this area. Obviously, we'll find nothing, but by that time, we should be gone. So we're going to get out of here as soon as possible. So if you see an opportunity to get out of here, even if I'm still in their sight line or talking to them even, take it. Get out of the way. And go for the bushes. There.
Okay. So as you're running away, you want to try to psych them out by like pointing like, it's over there kind of deal. Like,
no, I want to like
that you're going there.
We're all like I'm as I'm walking I'm running towards there, like I'm going there, but I'm pointing it out like and talking with Avery like I'm like, okay, they'll probably be here. Like I'm trying to be.
All right, so you're trying to be subtle about pointing, but you're kind of running and banking towards that area.
Yeah, so I'm trying to lead them all into that like kind of thicker bush.
So I would
area.
say that you two are kind of around 2 squares ahead. From them currently.
Okay.
So it kind of puts you right there next to that house. So if you want to kind of bank over into that forest area, they will follow you. They don't really have any suspicion not to at this point.
I want to. How wide is that area? Like, can I kind of stop at the edge of the forest? Like, can I? I can't tell. Is this forest thick enough that I can see the other side of the forest, or is it dense enough that I can't? It's just trees.
The forest and by the stream. So it's that patch. It's pretty dense. It's kind of like it's a match of like sort of tall trees and like thick bramble patches kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like when you go into a forested area, it's definitely. Like when you're looking directly, you can't look directly through it, right? It's not just like one trunk, huge space, one trunk. It's kind of like a wild bramble patch mixed with trees and everything like that. So you can just like lead them in, kind of like when you are on a frisbee disc. Wow, what's it called? Froth. When you're on a froth course and you throw the disc into the bushes and they just become lost. You're spending forever to go in there. It's kind of that deal.
Okay.
So it's there's a little bit of a visibility issue in there.
Okay. So I'd like to just get them to the point that I stop at the edge of that and turn around to them to address
Okay, so we'll go about here,
them. Okay.
if that's where you wanted to end it, and they'll be around here.
Can we go a little bit further? Is there...
Further in?
Yeah,
That's about the edge of the tree line right there. You'll be going into the forest from anywhere
Alright.
closer.
I'm gonna wink at Avery and just turn to the group of... Is it mainly just kobolds?
You're looking at mainly kobolds, 3 cultists kind of leading the charge, and then there are 2 of these big sort of Komodo dragon-like animals that they have on leashes that they're like running with them.
Okay.
The kobolds
So
are.
I'm gonna turn around and in Draconic, I'm gonna say, they were last seen here. They were last seen in this area. For everyone, form a line and comb through. We need to make sure we don't miss them. Form a line on the edge and start moving through. If you find anything, shout.
All right. I'm assuming you're going to talk to like one of the head cultists here that's like in the front.
I'm kind of just shouting to the group. Like
All
I'm,
right.
I'm kind of like looking like Independence Day speech, like looking around, like
Roll a deception check.
chanting in Draconic. Natural 20.
Oh,
25 total.
And it begins my downfall. Oh, I thought that was a 1. That would have been hilarious. Definitely not a crit. So, spread out. Last time we saw it was around here. And Avery, when you hear Apollo talk, he's got this very sultry, soft kind of tabaxi look. He's just going, just starts saying this very dark and ominous language. You're like, what the shit? But the kobolds and the cultists go, and they all start saying that same language back to each other as they begin to spread out. So these guys will be going over here, this chunk over here, and this chunk goes over there. Now, did you want to try to slip away at this point, or are you going to be with them trying to find them for a bit?
I'm gonna nod at Avery and be like, wink, wink, like, you go, I'll stay. Like,
All right.
I'll keep this. And
So, Avery, you're going to try to slip away?
I'm going to slip away and try to rejoin the group.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Can
to
I
see if
assist
anyone-
with this? As like,
How would you like to assist?
Because I'm next
Get
to
a
him.
big
I've planned
fern
this
and go.
already. No, I've planned I've planned this already. So like, if I see if he's nearing another person, I'll start shouting and like pretending to help them look, but actually turning their attention elsewhere to kind of away from him.
All right, so I'll give him. Here's what I'll do. We'll give Avery 2 stealth checks. 1 leaving you, another sort of sneaking by this group of kobolds over here, and then
Okay,
I'll
so
give.
I am rolling at a disadvantage because I'm wearing chainmail.
Yeah.
Just to note. So first stealth check is a 22.
ooh.
And the second is a 9.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So, as you 2 are like, Avery, you here, like, okay. You're doing pretty well. You're not hitting any branches. You kind of like holding your chainmail like in place, so it doesn't shake or clink or anything. And then as you are probably like around here, you're about around there, and then you hit a large twig, go, oh shit, and kind of like put your arms up, and your chainmail cling, 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 goes around, and the kobolds all just like look behind like, wait, the dragon eggs over here?
No, can I like step in the middle? Just
Yeah,
like,
so this will be your opportunity to try to distract them as
Just-
they notice him kind of going away from the group.
go, all right, I'm gonna run up to Avery in like loudly in front of them and go like, you were never good in Draconic. I'm shouting in Draconic so they can understand. You were never good at this anyway. You go over there, you useless buffoon.
You
And
don't
I'm
tell me
like-
what I'm good at. I'm sure I'll find something.
Yeah, and Avery, you don't know what he's saying to you. Like, he's literally coming up to you. You go, And the kobolds go, what? Where are you going? And then Apollo runs up to you going, you're just like, what the fuck is this?
I'm gonna start just shouting insults at him and pointing him to go back away. I'm like, you go help the group at the church. You're useless for searching. In Draconic.
Mother never loves you anyways. I'm gonna leave.
And then I'm gonna turn to the kobolds and like kind of almost like join their group and be like, come on, let's search this area. Leave him be.
Okay, so first, Avery, you don't have to roll intelligence or anything because it's just pretty obvious that, you've been discussing a plan. He's pointing, go away loudly in some weird language you don't know. But Apollo will do another deception check to see if the kobolds are picking up on what you're dropping here. 19.
Oh,
Fancy.
I'm actually rolling not that bad, but you guys are rolling just slightly fucking higher. So, he's like, get over there, buffoon. The kobold's just going, and you're like, come here. I think I've seen something over here. And they just like, fuck that human or that high elf. Screw him. I'm like, this guy's down with the Devil. I want to like hang with this dude as you're saying all this draconic stuff. So, you're going over there, Avery, and then Apollo. Are you kind of teaming with these kobolds here, kind of leading them?
I'm gonna try and like kind of I'm assuming I'm the tallest among them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of merge into the group and then just kind of like take over and like start directing them and be like, you check here and you check here, and
okay,
just kind of assist.
All right, no problem. So Avery, you're slowly just sort of getting more and more out of their field of view as you're able to kind of slink off a bit. But from there, whoosh, camera pan over to Arlie, Archeron, and Amara, who are still scouting out the church over here, trying to figure out what their plan of action is. What would you guys like to do?
I have a thing that actually might just work.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Is there some kind of chimney in the church?
There is not.
No.
There is no chimney or fireplace inside this temple of Chotia.
So there's no like rooftop kind of entrance?
There is not.
Darn it.
So I have a second idea. I brought it up last time, but now I'm going to re-embolish it because I don't think it'll work. So in my equipment, I do have clothes/costumes, social reception.
That was the plan you thought about doing earlier.
So I'm going to reach into this bag and I happen to pull out a mask that is similar to these crudely made masks. It's some sort of metal that I can form in my hands because I'm sure
you're big and strong.
And I form it towards this similar style mask. And my idea is to get the rest of them. I'm going to I want to grab all 9 that are at the bottom and swing around and grab the other 8 and do the same thing that they're doing, but go the other way.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll a performance check really quick as you kind of take out this crudely made mask, whatever materials you have kind of in your bag to see like if you can kind of form it and bend it around. 11?
Yeah.
So you take it out and you start bending it and sort of ripping it. Do you have, just trying to think what materials you would have, because I don't know if you have any metals as any components or anything in your bag, any like sheet metal or anything.
No, I have a mess kit, rations, rope, or hempen.
Yeah. So let's say the mask is kind of a malleable material, and it's not sheet metal necessarily, but whatever you kind of have in your bag to kind of make a mask, you kind of like. Say it's like long, it kind of goes around the top. You take the top half and you start like ripping parts out of it to make it look like spikes. It's not exactly what the cultist mask looks like, but if you remember, as a part of the raiding party, one of them just had a really shittily made version of it, like a fanboy would. So you try to make your mask look similar to that in comparison to one of the official cultists that's leading this group in the front of the church. So you kind of put on your mask, you rip the parts out of it to make it look spiky and kind of like a dragon cultist mask. You put on some dark robes from your pack.
Achaidh, you look very hunky.
Big furry boy.
But yeah, he'll be a very large cultist.
Yeah, you're basically this big hulking Leonin barbarian lion humanoid with this spiky mask on and dark robes, and you kind of just sidle up to them. Did you want to approach them, or are you still hiding?
I do want to approach them, but I just want to bring it up. So I either want to use I'm wondering if I can use either intimidation to convince them or performance to intimidate.
Well, technically, you can try either. It's more or less finding the right way of saying something, finding an approach that makes sense. Like, you wouldn't be able to necessarily be like, hey, I know where these dragons are. Fucking listen to me. Oh, God, please, we'll do whatever you want. But, like, you know, there's ways you can manipulate a conversation like you would in real life, where kind of similar to what Cole did, where, you know, he kind of challenged his authority, whereas like, well, I'm a true cultist. If you're not doing this, I'm going to grab the favor of the head guy. And they're like, oh, whoa, wait. And then had a chance to roll again. So it's up to you. You could technically try to do both, but it's just that the situation or excuse would have to fit the reason for doing so, if that makes sense.
I feel like performance is going to be a better one.
Okay.
I feel like performance is going to be.
Do you have any like, I guess boosts for them? Like,
well, I have +2 on both of them, so either or.
Yeah, so performance is different. So usually when you're trying to deceive or persuade, you'll still have to roll a deception or persuasion check for that to go about. But for doing something like performance, you know, if you, for instance, if you heard that the dragon cultists had a flute that they were using to like communicate with each other, sort of thing, and you have a flute, you're like, I'm gonna try to mimic that song to prove that I'm a part of the group. Roll a performance check to see how well you play the flute. Oh, it's perfect. They believe you're part of the group because you rolled the same note. You know what I mean? So that's kind of more in that area. But again, you can just kind of find your situation to go for, and we'll see where it lands.
I'd also want to ask this too, because I'm giving myself more than one option. Can I not use brute strength to smash that window and pews? I mean, for a door is than a few wooden pews and glass window.
Well, one of my other favorite lines in D&D, you can certainly try.
Okay. You know what? I'm honestly gonna, because the thing is if I don't think I'm gonna know their language. That's another thing that I'm concerned about. And my wisdom or what would it be? You have heard them speak common. Just putting that out there. They don't only speak Draconic. You've heard them speak common once or twice throughout this event so far. Okay. I'm gonna turn to Arlie and Amara, and I bring forth both options, and I want to let them decide, because in all reality, brute force would be quicker. I have a good strength roll for that, and I might be able to swiftly just blow through a window that we can quickly pile everything back up on the windows. And we all have stealth, or I can put on the mask and the performance and try to get most of them. The only thing is if they catch me, I am 100% dead. I cannot take on that many foes.
I will save you. But the thing is, so I think Arlie and I have detect magic, and they seem to be doing something at the back. So maybe there's like a secret entrance we don't know about, but we could possibly figure it out if you're able to get them away. But if not, I have to use my last spell slot to save you and try to entangle them so they stop hurting you.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to stop them from hurting me, because it'll either stop them from moving.
Yeah.
But they can also roll to get out of it. So
that's true.
There's nobody on that left side. We're running slightly at a time because I feel like our dungeon master is going to start moving people.
Yes.
I vote to try to convince them to go, and we can watch you and you know, try to help protect you if things go bad. But I just feel like if you try to break through, it could catch the attention of all of them, and then we're having to fight, you know, all the people. So.
And they've seen us, so we can't exactly help you convince.
That is true.
Okay. Looks like the mask it is.
Okay.
Good luck,
Going
my
for
handsome hunk.
My handsome hunk. Okay. So put on the mask, find some dark clothes, or dark robes that kind of sort of mirror what the head cultist is kind of looking like. You're going to come out of the brush and approach?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll put your token kind of coming out of the brush right there. Did you want to stand there or get closer?
I'm going to stand there because I don't want to be dead right in front of them so they can see.
Okay.
Detail.
So you come out of the brush. You hear that banging of the door just louder and louder as you approach. And now with each bang of this object, you can hear that crunching sound of the wooden door going. You can see like slivers of wood kind of flying off every time they're doing it, kind of signifying that they're getting closer to getting in there. What would you like to say?
Try to plan this in the back of my mind. Honestly, I'm just gonna yell at them to stop.
Okay.
Cease the hammering. You fool.
Suddenly stops. They all look your way. That cultist leader with that very official, multi-layered designed cultist dragon robe, all blacks with silver armor gleaming underneath it, with those weird sort of circular like scimitar blades that he has to his side, and that very eclectic silver dragon mask that kind of covers his nose up with those spikes kind of coming up and waving to the side. Just, what do you mean, stop?
Do you not know the building when you see it? This is not the church.
Not. What do you mean it's not the church? And he just points up to like all the iconography on it and like temple markings. There's people inside. They have things that the cultists need.
This is the wrong building, you fools. The real building is, I'm coordinating towards the map here.
Mm-hmm.
The church is to the east, not here. The church is to the east. I'm bringing out options. To be honest, I'm not too.
All right, so you just say to him like, "This is the wrong building. The church is to the east, not here." And they stop. They're looking around. It looks pretty much like this temple, and they're like, "Was it who?" The kobolds just go around. They're like, "Wait." They said we needed to rape, and they just said, like, almost kind of question for a second, and the cultist leader said, "Who told you this?"
This is where I really mess up in real life. This is where I mess up in IRL. Do you question the dragon cult leader? I was sent here personally from the keep. I was personally sent here from the keep.
Roll a deception check.
Okay. Where's my deception? Oh, this is okay. 15.
He also rolled a 15
Rock, paper, scissors.
to insight check you. So he kind of he's looking at you. Who did you say sent you again?
There was no time for talk. Do you question the cult? Do you question the rule of our cult leader? How dare you, fool. I will be taking your position on this seat of council.
What's his name?
What do I have to throw here? What's my equipment?
And you can see him starting to clutch his scimitar at his side. And he's just looking at you real suspiciously.
Would Amara or I happen to know the name?
You haven't heard any names. No names have been said yet of any central figures of this cult. All you know is that it is what that captured cultist had said, that they were a part of the dragon cultists, the dragon cult, and that they were looking for dragon eggs, but he did not say any specific members or names at all.
I got two choices here. If I am either going to unveil myself and catch me if you can and start running north, or I'm just gonna start throwing things.
Here's a second option. that I'm going to interject here. I'll let you have those two options, but I'm going to let Avery try something because this was
Do it.
a plan of action I had in my back pocket for this particular situation. Avery, as you're
Yes.
sneaking away from the kobolds, as Apollo is keeping them busy, are you stealthily running back to your friends, or are you booking it to your friends?
Stealthily, because I don't want to alert the people
All right.
in the tree line.
So you failed that second one with them. You passed the first one. Make one more stealth check to see if you can just kind of run off into the distance towards your friends without any of them noticing.
9.
5. Fuck. They don't see you.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah, roll 5. Fucking. I told you the juju is gone. So they don't notice you. Apollo's just like, no, over here. I think I found like they were here last time, and he's just keeping them busy. Their heads are all towards him, not towards you. But so they don't notice you. Last check. I'm gonna have you roll an athletics check because you snuck by them, and you can see behind you. Look behind you a couple times. You can see that all their heads are away from you. Apollo's got them busy, so you feel pretty confident that you could run towards your friends if you wanted to.
I rolled a 3 plus 5, which is 8.
Damn. So you kind of are just being a bit more cautious than you want to keep credit for.
A little,
think
a little
you could
out of breath. from
Yeah,
the initial run.
You're still out of breath from running all the way over there, and you are just like playing it safe. You're like, fuck, if I try to run to my friends, like they might notice me. So you're kind of like doing a kind of a little bit of a jog as you're trying to run over there, but not a full sprint. So unfortunately, you do not make it to Arcturion in time to help him out of this jam. But Arcturion, back to you as you are deciding what you want to do in this uncomfortable situation.
Is the ram that they're using made of wood?
It is.
Is it possible for me to just throw off my cloak, pull out the torch, and throw it at the ram to see if it can catch on fire?
Wait. I have an idea.
Wait.
Okay.
But we'll see what your idea is. Just because he's not around you right now to hear your idea either. So, but we'll see what you have in mind.
Okay, so I want to we're hearing what's happening, right?
Yeah, you're kind of keeping an eye on him through the brush. You're hidden away, but you can clearly see him talking to them. You hear them be like, he's like, it's on the east. And he's like, who told you this? And then he starts like putting his hand towards his axe a little bit, as you can kind of see that he's starting to take a rash action here.
Okay, so they are not believing him. I want to whisper to Amara, like, we should back him up. Like, maybe one of us, like, who out of the two of us have the most like scary sounding voice or manly sounding voice? Or we could like yell and be like, yeah, it's to the east, everybody troops. And then we're like, yeah, and like, but we're back here, they can't see us, but maybe they'll hear that people are headed to the church that's east. I don't know.
Maybe you should talk, because I kind of taunted them a little bit.
Oh, you did?
I think they know my voice.
Up on the castle walls, she was like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Could I try that? I don't know. Would it be like deception?
Yes, it would. So this would be you screaming out of the tree line, I'm assuming in a different voice, to be like, he's right, the church is east, that's where we have to go. And those
not even just like he's right, but just being like, come on, troops, the church is east.
All right.
And then like stomp all of my feet and
all your hooves.
All of my all
to mimic like horse sounds.
Yes.
Like a group of people are going off in the distance on horseback.
Yeah.
Can I help her with that? And I guess like stomp my feet too, to try to make it sound like there are people going.
Sure. We'll try to mimic the triangle with your feet. Yeah, you can try to mimic the sound of a bunch of people sort of running off somewhere.
Okay,
as she's like stomping her heels in.
I got a 15.
You got a
15?
15. Okay. Natural 20. So, the one time it fucking came into handy. So you shout out of the tree line as Archeron's like putting his hand to his axe, and the dragon cultist leader, or one of them, is kind of questioning him, and he's putting his hand to his blade. Then just hears out in the distance, "Yeah, this is church to the east. That's where we all gotta go." And then you just start hearing these hooves are going like clunk, 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 clunk. And then Amara's like, "Yeah," it starts like just stomping on the wood and ground and twigs and everything around, and it just makes this commotion. And all of a sudden, with you making the noise, because he rolled a crit natural 20 on that, he looks over to the tree line and then through the brushes sees where you two are through you shouting, and just sees this fawn centaur just banging on the grass and on the twigs, and then this druid also doing it, and he just go,
Okay.
Archeron, I will give you this 1 split second to try to do something as you look behind you and you see that your friends are now made. This is like slow-mo Matrix, like he's reaching for his scimitar, about to do something. What do you want to do?
Do I have that option where I can double my movement?
So you can. So if we were in combat, you could move, then as an action dash, which would double your movement.
Right. So we're not in combat yet, then.
We're about to be. This is like a hair second reaction that I'm giving you to you can clearly see your friends have been made. You're kind of like, shit, the jig might be up. He's reaching for his scimitar.
Can I roll it to intimidate? Can I roll to intimidate them?
How would you like to intimidate him?
Kind of, oh man, I really want to just say, can I roar to them like, how dare you question the dragon cult? Do as you're told.
It's very clear that they know you're not who you say you are. They see your friends behind you. They asked you like who this person is. You couldn't answer. With them seeing those two behind you making a distraction, your jig is kind of up. But you do, I believe, with your Leonin Barbarian, you still have that one option as one of your features, the Frightful Roar. That's one of the bonus actions that you can do along with your rage.
As a bonus action, once per short rest, creatures of your choice within 10 feet that can hear you must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the end of your turn.
So frightened is a condition that means they can't actively move towards you, and they get a ton of disadvantages on stuff. So if you want, as you see them going towards that scimitar, I'll allow you to just roar at them to freak them the fuck out. Go into hardcore mode, and then they'll have to roll to see if they're frightened, and then that will enact combat.
Okay, this is my last rage, by the way. It should last. I got enough to last.
So no, this is Daunting Roar. This is not your rage.
Oh, I thought it said once per.
So you haven't used your Daunting Roar yet. You can do it once per short rest. You've used one rage, but you still have another rage after a long rest.
Right. Okay. So that's what I do.
All right. As you look behind you and just see your friends just and they just made the dragon cultist leader. It's a ruse! Goes to reach for his scimitar and is about to raise it up, and you just rip off the mask. And you take off the robes, and just these bulking, veiny, hairy muscles start coming out of your armor, and you just rage. You roar at them, and then the cultist leader's just like, "Holy shit!" He's just like super surprised at like how imposing your presence in. So they are all gonna have to roll wisdom saving throws, and you are. Within 10 feet, which I believe, let's see how far that is. So I'll say that you can you probably would have jutted forward to that roar. So these three will be within that radius.
Yeah, but that leader's there, so that might be.
He's in the radius. So
Yeah.
leader, cultist, and a kobold. So let's see. Wisdom save for the leader. Kobold. Okay. So out of all of those enemies, the kobold succeeded, the cultist succeeded, the leader did not.
Aha! That's all I care about.
So he is frightened until he's pretty much frightened for a while, I think.
Okay. Can that
Got frightened until the end of your next turn, but with that, as you roar at them, and then that cultist leader's like, "Holy fuck, this is insane!" We are now going to roll initiative. So we'll roll initiative, and then I'll go back to you, Cole, to see what you're doing with these kobolds.
13.
You oh. Where the heck is my initiative? I'm
So
sorry.
initiative should be at the top of the sheet.
It's right next to armor class.
I'm so sorry. I'm lost in this entire sheet here. Sorry, I don't know why. Saving throws, proficiency, short rest.
Under proficiency. Under proficiency.
Ah, there we go. Sorry, lost in all of this. Oh, come on! 5.
Oh. Oh no.
That's like me last time.
Okay, just getting them all queued up here. Okay. So we'll go down the list here. 25 to 20. No, okay. 20 to 15. No, okay. 15 to 10.
13.
13.
Oh wait, Arlie, did you roll?
What were we rolling for?
Initiative.
Oh my gosh.
Because right when he did that roar, that initiated combat.
Gotcha. So sorry.
No worries.
Oh,
I got a 13.
okay. We go at
Got
the same
13.
time then.
Okay, so Arlie after Amara. And then 10 to 5.
That's me.
That's you. Okay. 10 to 5.
All right.
Okay. And then Arctreon. All right. So Apollo, we'll go back to you right quick as we camera pan after that awesome roar into battle action as you're kind of taking these kobolds around and they're all looking for the eggs. It's been a few minutes now and they're kind of just going around and they're like, where are these eggs? I don't see these eggs. Where'd you say they were?
I just have 2 establishing questions really quick, just information wise. All of them, how, like, does it look like they are, like, they fully believe I'm like a cult member? Or is it like they're still shaky on that aspect of it? Or like.
They just, you seem so sure and confident about there were eggs there and you're like, I'm gonna go get the favor of these people. So they're following you around to find these eggs. They're still not very sure if you're a cultist member per se. They believe you enough to follow you, but it's not, they don't 100 like.
Yeah.
They believe you. You're associated. They believe you're associated with the group, but they're not like, we think he's a general. We think he's a leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And second, off to the west side in that kind of dark area, are there more cult members like running around, like more mercenary types? I'm looking for like a mercenary type that might look similar to me, or just something that's not a something that's a humanoid that could possibly be a mercenary, or like might be. It could be either way. Like the kobolds, for instance, would look at them and be like, "Oh, they could be with the cult, or they could not be with the cult." You know, anything like that, raiding or doing anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, this raid has been going on for a while, and you can still see off in the distance. There's like raiders kind of looting houses, chasing after villagers and stuff like that. But this area has been pretty much pillaged at this point because they kind of came in from this way. So you're not seeing any mercenaries or other cultists kind of around in this area at this point. This garrison was kind of like in charge of this sort of area, and they've all come to this church to get in, and now they're spread out again. So this is kind of it right here.
That house to the southwest, what does that look like? Is that like burning? Is that just a house that's kind of closed up?
That house is like on fire. There's still smoke kind of coming out of it.
Okay.
Windows are broken.
Okay, can I kind of like, over this point, I want to kind of get them all together again, like slowly kind of close, like we're done searching this area, and like at the point that we're almost done with that, I'm gonna like slyly kind of take an arrow out of my thing, and I'm gonna turn around and like act like I'm kind of looking over there real quick, and then I'm just gonna go, and I'm like gonna put it kind of in my armpit, like but I'm gonna act like I just got shot with an arrow, and I'm gonna kind of hold it there, and like I want to pierce a little bit so a little bit of blood does come out, so it's a little bit believable.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go,
Traitor! There's a traitor over there he just shot me right behind the building. Get him! He probably knows where it is. They probably took it out of here.
and all in Draconic, just like.
Okay, so first off, so they're sneaking, they're looking around for this egg. You are kind of in their vicinity, helping them look around, but you want to kind of skulk off a bit to sort of an undisclosed location, so you can kind of, so they can't really see your front, and then you want to take out your bow.
Just an arrow. Just
your arrow, and then try to stab yourself.
I'm just gonna put it in like my shoulder area where I know it won't like kill me, but I just want to pierce enough that it would draw blood.
So first, as they're all kind of around you, I'm gonna have you roll sleight of hand, just kind of reach in for your arrow and try to sort of get in a position that they can't see you.
9.
Okay, so you go and start to bring out your arrow. One of the kobolds, looking around, looks in your direction. Well, you're pulling an arrow out.
I'm just gonna immediately switch up and start grabbing the bow as well. And I'm already looking over at the building. I'm like, I think I see something in Draconic. And I'm just gonna start like kind of slowly knock an arrow and start moving over. And I'm like, it could be one of the villagers. Maybe they took the egg and started going over there. Gather the others. It must not be here. And I'm gonna start like kind of slowly walking over, like I'm suspicious with an arrow knocked towards the building. Like this is all in Draconic. I'm just speaking permanently in Draconic.
Yeah. Make another deception roll.
Where's deception? Okay. 10.
You knock an arrow back, and you're like, because they've been searching here for a while now. They're not seeing anything. You pull out an arrow, and that kobold saw you. He rolled a natural 19. As you're taking out your arrow, seemingly very just out of nowhere, he's like, what are you putting your arrow out? He's like, and it was a good cover to be like, I take this out, and then I take my bow out to be like, I think it's not here. That house of villagers, they must have found it. They must be inside their house somewhere. We've got to go get them. I think I see them. I think I see them going over there. And as you say that, you notice that this group of kobolds and their vicious looking Komodo dragon animal pets are just like coming up behind you as you're saying this. And the groups over here come towards you. Where did you say these eggs were again, friend?
We last saw them with the villagers over here, but then this buffoon over, and I'm gonna the buffoon ran off with them, and now you buffoons can't even find it here. Did you find anything? And I'm like,
This is a disgrace. And now there's someone over there and you're more looking at me. You are pathetic excuses for cultists. And I'm going to start like storming off and I'm going to be like, why don't you go back to your group if you can't do your job? And I'm going to...
When you say that and try to move out of the way, one of the cultist leader in the robe grabs your hand and says, "We've pillaged and burned this area already and sent word back to the leaders. There are no villagers in this area." And he goes to... So he rolled a nat 20 on that last one. It was a crit. That's 2 now. So they are just like, we've been in this area for a while. They're not finding anything. You're kind of taking your time looking for stuff. You're like, there's a village over there. They have gone through this area. They know they've killed everybody, and you're insinuating that there's still people here. They know you're up to that. But as he grabs your hand and he's about to go up for a strike, what do you want to do? I'll give you a split-second reaction here.
Can I just pull on... I want to see if I can remember or just make an accurate assumption as to what exact dragon that they're worshiping, pulling on my past and maybe just a history check or something. Just pulling a name of a dragon that I know is a big deal, most likely evil, just out of my head. Just...
All right. Roll a history check.
At advantage?
Not at You failed this too hard. No. The jig is fucking up, dude.
Okay. So I'm coming up with nothing. I'm just gonna the blue dragon. And this is Cole, not
Yeah.
Okay.
You're trying to come up with the name of a blue dragon?
No, I'm trying to figure out what he would say in this instant. I'm trying to formulate a sentence as Cole for a boss.
Right. Okay, sorry. It's
Okay.
stressful, I know.
I know.
Kevin,
Yeah, no.
can Arlie and I see them from
They're
where we
too
are?
far away. You're way too focused on what's going on with Archeon. You're like
Okay.
looking straight ahead.
Uh-huh.
Okay, is the blue dragon that was circling, is that anywhere above us? Just I'm assuming he's grabbed me, so I'm like kind of looking. I'm like, shit.
You're in the tree line. You can't look up. You can't. It's blocked.
I'm gonna point up and go in Draconic go.
Dragon Lord, there are traitors here.
And I'm gonna try and get him to just look up and then dash away. Like I'm gonna distracted run kind of thing.
That guy has his hand on your wrist, and he went up with his knife and said, "You have a traitor!" And then right at that split second, like, "The Dragon Lord, he's arrived!"
No, I'm going like I'm calling to a dragon. Like I'm calling to the dragon that's been circling. Just calling him Dragon Lord.
Yeah, exactly. So you say, "Dragon Lord, you've come! Finally!" And as you look up, we're switching over to Avery, who's like, you're about 2/3 of the way there. You've been very careful going back, and you're almost at the tree line. I'm gonna have you roll another athletics check to see if you can get with your friends in time right as this roar breaks out.
20. Thank goodness.
Hey!
Nice.
So you make it right behind Arlie here, right up behind them. As Arlie, you're going to make usually as you get closer to Avery, you're running up and you just see them. You just kind of hear them going, like the fawns are like smashing the ground. Amara's like hitting the ground, and then you just hear the cultists be like, "Traitors, fiends in the tree line!" And then you hear from
I leave you
Archeon.
guys alone for 10 seconds. And
So,
this is what happens.
Avery, I'm gonna have you roll initiative really quick as well.
Can do.
I think we did very good. I don't know.
We
7.
tried.
You got a 7.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So you are Archeon. You got 5, correct?
Yes.
Rolled a
Yes.
3. I've rolled a 3 for 2 times, like twice already. That's terrible. No more 3.
Got him
It's
out of
not
the
a
way.
good. It's not a good time. Okay, so after that, So you rush in, and first up is the Kobolds. So the Kobolds are going first. They rolled the highest in initiative, and they are just going to rush over. This one's rushing over to Arcturion.
Just a really quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If I kind of scared the leader, would that maybe force them to retreat or backtrack or something like that? Or because he is the leader of that group, would that affect the group as a whole because they have to listen to him?
So it hasn't gotten to his turn yet, but usually in these instances in combat, frightened is more of a battle condition.
Okay.
And it affects how they move in combat, but usually the enemies, if it's a leader, unless he says something or has a reason to, they will just swarm you and protect him as he's kind of skulking away.
Right.
But as these guys move into position, 30 feet. The kobolds just kind of go in there and start swarming you all around.
Would the kobolds in those tree lines maybe have a possible disadvantage because there are in the trees, or?
Well, these ones are like, for this map, technically, like each square is supposed to represent like 20 or 30 feet.
Okay.
But we've manipulated so it's just 5 feet per square, just to like it makes sense.
Okay.
For just movement and everything. So if this were like zoomed in, the tree line would be farther apart and they would have that space around you.
Right.
But usually when it's in combat, there are conditions that can give you disadvantages on attacks, like fog cloud, for instance. When you've got your vision obscured, which is a condition that happens, they like have a hard time seeing you, so they get disadvantage on hits and things like that. But for this situation, you came out of the clearing, you're in plain view, and they just rushed all of you as you did that roar. Okay, so these kobolds are going to get an attack on you, and they have a thing called pack tactics, which mean the kobold has advantage on attack rolls against a creature if one of the kobold's allies is within 5 feet of the creature. So there's going to be a few attacks against you, Arcturion. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks here. Let's see how this goes. So these are all going to be with daggers. So first one, natural 1. That's great, but it's at advantage. And it was a 6. Wow. 7, 8, 9. That's a 10 to hit. Does it meet your AC?
I'm sorry. 15.
So that misses. So second one out of the 5. It's a natural 19, so that one will hit. Third one, 14. So that is an 18 to hit. So that's 3 out of 5. 18, that's another hit. Last one. So that's under 18. So 4 out of 5 do hit you, Arcturion.
Okay.
So this is with daggers, which are not very big weapons because they're small creatures. So this is going to be 1d4 plus 2 damage per hit. So this is times 4. So here we go. So 5 points of damage. 6. So that's 11. That's 15. And then the final one, 3. So that's 18 points of damage as all these kobolds just rush over to you, trying to protect the cultist leader with all their daggers and just jump onto your big frame, trying to damage you with daggers, just trying to pelt them off, but they all just start swarming you. So that's going to be their turn there.
How much
many
health
hit
do
points
you have? Yeah.
I have 3 health right now. This is why
fuck.
this is why I do not stress. This is why I do stress not splitting up like this.
Yeah. So you just see Archeron just get jumped on and swarmed with all these dagger punctures in his big, thick hairy Leonin hide, but he's just like holding onto them with his arms, just swaying them all about, trying to boot them off, but they're small and just crawling all over him like ants on an anthill. Second up is the dragon, the cultist, one of the cultist leaders here, but he is frightened, which means the frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of his fear is within line of sight. And the creature cannot willingly move close to the source of fear. So this guy cannot even go towards you. So he is backing the fuck away as he's just saying, get him! Take down the Leonin! And he's just like frightened the fuck of your roar, and he's just backing away. He's not getting anywhere near you. So that'll be his turn. Up next is Amara.
Okay, so question. My druid spells, does that take up my regular spell slots?
So you only have 2 spell slots. It counts for all your spells. You do have cantrips, I believe.
Yeah.
Those are infinite. Let me just look this up for you really quick. Because I believe the only spells you know are Entangle, and then you have... oh no, you did get some more because
I leveled up, yes.
Yeah, so you only have 1 spell slot left. So out of all the spells you know, you can cast 1 spell, and then you can't cast anymore until you have a short or long rest.
Because for my class,
but you have Poison Spray and Primal Savagery for cantrips. So you can use Poison Spray as many times as you want, and Primal Savagery as many times as you want. The spells that are included in your subclass are in that spell list already.
Okay.
That just means that you have access to those spells, but spell slots determine how many times you can cast spells.
Okay. So like if I were to summon my like wildfire spirit.
That's not a spell slot. That's a feature.
Okay.
So you can do that.
But like would I be able to like summon it, pick Aiden up and move him away from them?
So it is a
yeah, that was my question. If I summon it to just teleport him away.
So you can summon it, right? Because the way the wildfire spirit works, you summon it, it appears, an explosion of fire comes up, and then but that's your bonus action, and then your action will be to use fiery teleportation, so you could teleport him away.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, where did you want to put your wildfire spirit?
Because I can only use the burning thing on one of them, so I'm just gonna choose one at random.
So this uses up your wild shape.
Yes.
Ability.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
So if I were to do that, I would not be able to heal Aiden if I bring him back to me.
So that bonus action is a feature. So with your spells, you have 1 spell slot left to heal him. So you could still heal him, just not on the same turn.
Okay. All right. Then I will do that.
Okay. So your wildfire spirit's turn initiative goes right after you.
Okay.
So how this will work is summon the spirit, pops out. They're all going to have to make some dex checks, but I believe Aiden would have to as well if he's in the vicinity. So these would be...
The dex is 14.
That's a DC 14. To beat it. Yeah.
So I'm going to roll the dexterity then?
So here, let me just see this. 30 feet from you, Amara, you can summon it. So you can pretty much put it wherever you like. The creature's within 10 feet, so you can be strategic as well as where you place your phoenix as well.
Because technically, couldn't it be hovering like right above Aiden?
That's true. It can fly because it has a flying feat of 30, and the radius for within 10 feet of the spirit. So
yes, I'm gonna put it right on top of Aiden then.
So first, let's do the radius spell, just so you can see who gets hit with what here. Let's make this an orange color so you can see it. Bam!
Lovely.
10 feet is quite a lot. So if you want, because 30 feet's quite a long. So if you wanted to put it like here, for instance, Aiden is just out of the radius of the explosion. So he would miss this.
Okay.
And then these 4 kobolds would then get hit by that radius damage. Then if you want to say like your turn's over, the Phoenix then goes. You can then fly the Phoenix over to Aiden, then do the teleport.
Okay, I'll do that. So that Aiden doesn't have to get hurt.
Exactly. So as Aiden, as your Leonin body suddenly covered with all of these just kobold, these mini little lizard-like folk just stabbing you repeatedly with little shivs. They're just like, and they're just all over. You're holding like 3 on 1 each arm, basically, as you're trying to fling them off. And all of a sudden, Avery, you arrive behind Amara and Arlie as they're like, shit, what are we gonna do? And Arlie, you see those eyes just flames are coming out of the irises as she puts her hands out, and this like little wildfire spirit, like a little firecracker, erupts from her chest, going and flies over right in that spot. And all of a sudden, this little circular radius damage of flame just emits out of nowhere, and this Phoenix just arrives out of thin air, and the radius damage of the flames just erupt from that spot. So these kobolds are all gonna have to make dex checks. So it's DC 14, I believe is what you said.
Yes.
Okay. Do. Okay, so first one. First one is 14. Oh, that went way out of there. All right, so 2 failed, but 2 succeeded.
Okay.
So we'll say that one and that one failed. And I don't believe they take half damage. Yeah, it's just straight damage. So you can roll your 2d6 fire damage on those 2 kobolds there. If you go over to the digital dice and just see the square dice, just hit that twice and then roll it. There you go.
4 and then 4 plus, what is it?
So it's just 2d6 straight.
Okay. I did that. I got a 4.
So what 4? Did you get a 2 and a 2?
1 and a 3.
So these kobolds, even with that low damage, they're very thin, frail, sort of lizard folk. As they're trying to like stab more at Archeon, he's able to fling kind of 2 off his body as they go on the ground. And as they're about to get up, that Phoenix arrives. And they just back away as the blast radius knocks them over, and flame starts catching on their clothes and on their lizard skin body. And you see these 3rd-degree burns start emitting as they're trying to put each other out. They're barely hanging on. It wasn't enough to one-shot kill them, but they're like this close as you see just these awful burn marks of their skin just purulated with like light pink texture, and it's just gross. You just like flame scarred all their bodies, but they're still up just barely. But with that, your turn is going to end. We'll go your Phoenix as you move over, as it flies up over to Archeon. Gonna cast your fiery teleportation as you float over and get about 5 feet from it. And then all of those people are going to have to make dex checks as well, as when you teleport away with Archeon, another flame explosion does emit as it teleports. So that was a very good strategy there. So even the damaged ones are going to have to roll dex saves again. So let's see. Damn it. Okay. So this guy failed. That guy failed. And that guy failed. But ironically enough, the two that were very hurt did succeed. Amazingly. So they you aren't able to take them out, but those other ones are going to get fire damage.
Okay.
This one did succeed as well. So as the Phoenix kind of comes into creation, flies over to Archeron, it puts its flame talons onto his shoulder, and you feel this immense heat for a second, Archeron, and then it cools. Like, it's so weird as this flaming like beast is now on your shoulder. You thought it maybe like singe you for a minute, but you don't feel anything hurt on your shoulder. Then all of a sudden, you just dissipate in a split second, like in Harry Potter going through one of those goddamn items that just makes you teleport and disappear. Forget what it's called. Wish I was better at that. Anyway, so and then once the second as it dissipates, another explosion of fire emits. And roll your 2d6 damage there, Amara.
A 6.
A 6. Altogether is 2d6.
Yeah. I got a 3 and a 3.
3 and a 3,
Not
okay.
rolling that great. Oh, yeah.
Those 3 kobolds bite the dust as the explosion is about to happen once more. As this flame kind of rises up in temperature, the 2 really badly burnt kobolds they just duck down, and the other 2 kind of saw a bit of what was going on for the other 2 kobolds, all dive out of the way just in time, so that explosion doesn't hurt them. But the other 2 didn't make it in time, and you just see them just evaporate as their dust and bones just come into a pile of ash on the ground.
Did I hit the kobold next to them and the cultist?
Oh, you did. There's an occultist there, so he's got to roll as well. So those 3 kobolds succeeded, but I didn't see that cultist there. He fails as well. Roll your 2d6.
There we go. 9.
9. You also see that cultist's robes catch on fire. The immense heat and the blast just hits him right into the back or the front of that church wall as like splintered wood just hits him right in the side, and part of half his body is just 3rd-degree burns, and part of his arm just like melts away, and it's just barely just like coughing up blood, is just dead right on arrival for that huge explosion. So you can move Archeron up to 15 feet.
I cannot move him, but yeah.
The bird can. So
I'll just move him back to us. Yes.
Put him right there. Okay.
And then I'm going to kiss him on the forehead and be like, shh, it's okay.
As suddenly Archeron and your Phoenix just suddenly reappear in front of you all. He is pretty badly hurt from all of those dagger wounds, but he is on your side once more. Okay. So after that display, we come to Arlie.
Okay,
As all of it just happens in rapid succession.
Yeah. I'm clearly able to see the cult or the leader guy from here, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use my hunter's mark on him.
Aha.
When I use that, do I have to click the 1d6 next to those? Hunter's
So
mark?
you should click to enable it, that you used it, and it should put that damage calculation into your roll.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So clicking it means that you've used it and it's enabled, and then in your future attack it should include the d6 if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to use my longbow to attack him. Rolling to hit, I got a 23.
Oh, that will hit. Roll damage.
And damage, 9.
9 points. Okay. So you go through the tree line. You see Amara just erupt that Phoenix and kind of in one certain go, just appears, grabs Archeron, and disappears. There's this huge ring of fiery explosion comes when it arrives and leaves. And you just kind of see that moment as she just teleports him back. You just see that moment of the dragon cultist leader like, oh, just like terrified of his Leonin form. You just take your arrow like, this is my shot. hit him like right in the groin area, kind of like right up from the upper thigh. Just
That
like
was intentional.
through his armor pieces and his cloak. He's like, and just gets down to one knee. He's very badly hurt. You can see that you hit an artery and blood is just pouring down from his legs and spurting down all over the grass beside him. So good job there. Anything else?
I just wanted to like bend down and check on Arctreon and just like make sure, you know, that he knows that it's okay.
We got him.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of stab wounds. Like a bunch of tiny little lizards just shivved him like in a prison yard for a good second.
Probably a little shock. I wanted to like.
So you're seeing like dagger wounds in his on his skin and through his cloak from that disguise. But yeah, he looks pretty rough. But okay, after that, it is the two cultists. Well, one cultist, I should say. As he looks over to his cult leader, who's got the giant arrow in his thigh. He goes, grab the others! We're under attack! He goes, yes, my lord, right away! And you see him start to book over to the other group behind the church. He's got 30 feet of high. So he's able to get around there as he runs around the corner there. And then after that is Avery. Avery dog.
Yeah, so I want to attack the Kobolds.
Okay. These two, the ones with the yellow markers, are so badly burned. Like they're just there's an agony.
I'm coming up to finish them off.
Okay.
For sure. So with my my two hand axes, does that mean that I can have like two attacks so I can try to hit one on each?
So you got to get into view and make sure you're not got your vision obscured there. So with your two,
I'm gonna just run up to them.
Just go right up to fight to them.
Yeah,
okay, sure.
I'm bringing the fight to them. That's my strong point.
So move your token to where you want to go.
Go do. Oh wait, wrong cursor. Yeah. So I'm getting up here.
So yeah, so you got two weapon fighting, so you can attempt to like hit one and hit the other. The first one will get that +5 on the D6, but the second one won't get the modifier. But you're more than welcome to try to hit one at a time. So make your attack roll on this one.
Let's do it. So attack first. That is. Remind me which one to click for. It's been a while since I've done this. It's the.
Under the hit DC.
Right. Yes.
The +5. Yeah, click that one.
That would be a 12.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Damage is a 6.
All right. As you go in, you see all this happening in quick succession. You just act instinctively, just Naruto run through the brushes with two hand axes by your side. Just leap out. The first one, right in the fucking head.
Nice.
Go in for the second one.
Go for the second one. Do I also have to roll to hit?
Yep. So you got to roll to hit the other guy.
That is a 14.
That also hits. Roll damage.
And then for damage, a 4.
A 4. Both are taken out as you just leap through the brushes and just perfect headshots with both your hand axes right in the fucking forehead as they just both fall down dead on arrival as that one kobold looks at his friends. And this highborn, this high elf with this gruffy beard and this green sort of matted armor and cloth just looks up at him. All right, I think that'll be it for you.
That'll end my turn, correct.
All right. And then last but certainly not least, poor Arctreon. Last on the initiative.
I can't do anything. There's no point in me doing anything.
Could he save his action?
So there's a couple things you could do at this juncture. You could rage. You could enlist your last rage, which will give you some buffs moving forward. You could also hold an action for a particular situation to arrive. Like I want to hold back an arrow in case anyone comes into our view and shoot at him, or throw an axe or a spear you could do that as well as your bonus action because it's a bonus action. So you got your bonus action and action are kind of separated. So you could do both if you like.
Yeah, already my javelin, so I can throw it up to 30 feet. That's the longest weapon that I have. And is Amara gonna heal me next round so I don't die?
Mhm.
That's what she had said she was
Yeah.
going to do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna rage then. I
All
have
right.
I have a thing for it. Hold on.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah!
Nice. Some sound effects.
So as the Phoenix kind of lands you in front of them, Artriod, you've got a bunch of these multiple stab wounds, but just go, just like the Hulk is just making you more and more fucking angry, and you just rip off those fake cloaks and masks that you had on from your disguise, revealing more of your broad chest as your pecs just like gleam in the moonlight, as you're just wanting to just murder these fucking dudes for what they've done. And as that rage fills you up with tons of energy, you're gonna pull out your spear and just ready to chuck it if someone comes within your range. Which, by the way, your range for 30 feet is just around here.
Yep.
So you're just out of reach of the cultist leader. But this kobold, for instance, if he went close to you or towards you, you could chuck it at him.
Okay.
Okay, so that'll be that. And actually, speaking of, it's the last kobold going up first as he sees Avery just murder his friends with headshot axes. Retreat! And he just books it the other way and runs as he sees all of his brethren dead on the floor around him. He's booking it as he goes over to runs past the cultist leader who's got this giant arrow in his groin muscle. It's just like, go! All the others! Go with them! And so he's going to book it over up there. After that first round of combat, all that goes, we camera pan over to Cole. Surrounded by 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 15 enemies.
I have a plan.
As you rushed up and went, look, the dragon! Roll one more deception check.
I'm mainly trying to just...
I know what you're trying to do.
14? I'm hoping the kobolds and like I'm fine with the cultists, but I'm hoping the kobolds and stuff are stupid enough to go, oh, what?
Well, I'm going to be rolling quite a bit because there's a lot of people around you, and it's not just kind of one contested roll. You got, what, a 14?
14.
So a lot of them around you are like, huh! They all of a sudden look up. The kobolds will look up first.
Okay.
But the cultist here who went in to grab your arm, he's not convinced. He rolled high, just...
Is he like considered grappling me right now? Or is he just grabbing me?
He's attempting to.
Can I'm wondering if a disengage would cut me off from him. And then...
So if we're going to go into this will enact your initiative with all of these guys.
Yeah. That's what I don't think I can go anywhere. I can do anything else aside from this. So, but I would like to just...
You want to try to disengage to sneak out of it?
I can use my cunning action to disengage, and then I want to pop all my movement and just book it.
How about this? You're pretty fast, so this would be a quick reaction thing, but we're not going to bother going initiative just yet because then you might go way low, they might go high. Yeah. You are quick as fuck. You're a tabaxi, you are a rogue. It's one of your things. We will roll a contested dex check to see if he can grab your arm before you can slip away and pull those moves off. How about that?
9.
Oh, Cole. Oh, Cole.
A tabaxi monk rolled a 9.
Rogue. You said regular dex. That's just +4.
Oh man, gotta be a 9.
Rip Apollo.
What is that?
You had 20.
No, well, no. Oh, come on.
I can't see it.
Damn it! I know I'm good at this. It's a 1. It's a natural 1. You sly son of a bitch. So he just all the kobolds like they all look up because they're stupid fucking lizard people. But as the cultist who's like got you locked on is like not convinced, and as he goes in, you just quickly dart out of there. So I'll let you use your disengage and your speed movement to get ahead of these guys.
So here's the problem: is I can run so fast that I would like to run into the black spot on the west side. I have 90 feet of movement. Okay.
They are all gonna get an opportunity attack on you though as you run.
Which ones? Because I don't know which ones are looking up and which ones are still on me. So like if I can maneuver myself around there, and I can also technically, if I need to, I have 2 disengages if I need to. So
okay, I'll just say that in that split second they look up, you can just dart out of there.
Okay.
Because it is this cult, like with opportunity attacks and interacts with people who are directly across from you. These guys are looking up, so is he. This ambush Drake is kind of on a leash with one of the kobolds. So I'll say the ambush Drake would probably get an attack on you as it just kind of instinctively tries to do that, but you got to disengage as well.
I love that Apollo's strategy is like basically, look, your shoes untied, and then like
yeah, literally.
But they're devout dragon cultists. Like he's speaking Draconic, even for like in kobolds' intelligence are super low. Like they're not very intelligent creatures by nature. So I'm giving him that one. But you've got a lot of disengages. I'll say that you're able to just kind of sneak past that opportunity attack.
Okay, so cut both disengages.
Yeah.
And then so 60 feet away, which would get me to about.
Yeah. So put where you're going to put your guy.
So it would be actually just so here. This is 55, but I would like to move one more, but I can't see in the black. So
the thing is though, you don't. This is the kind of thing I'm gonna roll increments of movement because you just don't blink 60 feet away. Like you'd like probably get like 10, 20, maybe 10, and then they'd like and then start going after you.
Well,
so
I'm popping Feline Agility as well.
Okay, I've got a mechanic for this ready to go. So. Let me just put you there. So that's kind of what you see around you right now. But we'll do this. So Feline Agility, that gives you advantage on...
that doubles my movement, and it acts as like a free action. But I can do it once per... It reloads when I'm stationary on a turn, which would have been a while ago. So I've been saving it for a quick dash.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'll do. Roll advantage on your dex checks really quickly.
Just a regular dex check?
Yeah.
That would be a 21.
Yeah, all low. So you're able to just burst out of there like the Flash before they're even able to like kind of get a semblance of like where you've gone, because you just all hindquarters just rocketing forward. So I will let you get 60 feet around that way because you just booked it before they can even like, oh shit, go over there. They're slow to kind of react to begin pursuing, but they are gonna start coming after you. When you get there, what's your next move?
So I'm just gonna list out what I'm trying to do. Those all those buildings off to the west, and then that kind of forest area up top above those. My goal is to kind of get there, but as soon as I can get to those buildings, I don't know if they have bows or not. Do they have bows? Did I see? Like,
they do not have bows. The kobolds have slings, little rocks, and but they don't have bows.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, once I get to that point, I'm just gonna kind of quick glance back and see if they're chasing me or going back to the church, and then I'm
So
gonna make my decision after that.
they are chasing you. So they get, I let you get there on that reaction. So they have 30 feet of movement kind of collectively. So
Yeah.
they're kind of pursuing you to around there. So you've got that much distance on them as they're.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm just gonna keep. I mean, after this point, I'm just popping. So I can use a cunning action on each turn to turn a bonus action into a dash. So that would be 90 feet of movement per turn.
Okay.
If I'm using action, bonus action, and regular movement. And I'm just booking it for the buildings first. And I'm gonna get. Once again, at the end of that next movement, I'm going to turn around and check on them. I want to make sure they're on me.
Okay, so you're going to use your movement to go into the tree line here then?
No. I want to
Nope.
kind of go up the path. So,
Up the path.
So kind of, oh wait, wrong.
Over here?
Yeah. Kind of in
Okay,
between
so-
those two small buildings is my goal.
All right, so with your 90 feet, holy bejesus.
Tabaxi Road.
Rocketing over. Yeah, that's the one. I was just surprised that the dex wasn't as good. So you want to get like to there?
Yeah, just kind of turn around once I'm between those things. And obviously I'm looking out for any other like hostile if I see something, I'm not gonna run towards it that could kill me.
Right.
So-
So I'll say you get to around there, round to that spot. They are pursuing you right now.
Okay.
They're too far away to hear kind of what's going on with the action over at the church. And you're just like this fucking, you suckered them, you betrayed them, and they're kind of bloodlust right now. And they think maybe you're a potential enemy to the cultists, so they're just gonna kind of pursue. So they're gonna get to around there.
I'm gonna just turn around and double birds, and yep. And then I'm just gonna keep going, but I'm gonna go north, kind of up that path. It looks like
Going up, okay. So this will be a last check for you. This will be a check to determine if they lose you, basically.
Well, I want to keep. I want to keep them on me. I want to keep their eyes on me.
Okay. So we'll get to. Oh man, I want the reveal button, not the hide button. All right, so you're around there. So you can see some tree line around there. You're going in between these two houses. You're pretty far from them right now. I would say that at this point, if you don't slow down for them to catch up, you're gonna go around a bend, and they're gonna have trouble seeing you. So if you want to try to keep them in your view.
You said they're bloodlusted on me. Like I can tell they're not gonna give this up easily.
That you're not sure.
Okay.
In this moment, you're running as fast as you can from them, and they're chasing you for the moment. Angry as fuck that you deceived them and you just bolted out of there.
Okay.
But just distance-wise, as you can tell how far away you are. You just know that and you're coming around this bend. That if you were to kind of, turn a corner and they lose sight of you, there's an opportunity that they will lose sight of you.
Yeah.
So whether they give up or continue, you're not too sure. But just you're aware of that detail.
Okay, so I'm going to continue on to this point and then wait till they make eye contact with me. Enough of them can see me, and then my goal is to kind of bolt north and into these. And I'm gonna.
So first you'll go there.
Yeah.
So start there. So as they're running towards you, one of the you're pretty far, you wouldn't be able to really hear them talk about this. But the cultists kind of go on and they say, "Go see if they need us back in the church. We're gonna keep pursuing this one." And these group of these kobolds are gonna start splitting off, but these ones will keep pursuing.
Okay.
Just made a bunch of checks just to see if they would decide to go back, and some of them rolled high. So.
Yeah. Okay. Can I take?
But you can see this group coming towards you, and you do notice. Actually, roll a perception check really quick.
13.
13. So you look ahead, and you can see that they thinned out a bit
Okay.
from them pursuing you. So
All right,
you know,
I'm gonna. Can I? I would like to take a pot shot with my bow at just the front cultist dude, and then bolt north.
All
Just
right.
like a final and then go.
If you attack, you will go into initiative.
Okay, no, I'm just gonna go then. I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go up here, and once I get into the kind of bush, I'm gonna bonus action hide, and just.
All right. Roll stealth.
Come on.
That would be a 21.
You see them. Where'd he go? Check the area, survey around, it can't be far! And you just see them kind of going off in all directions, starting to look for you. They seemingly don't know that you're in there at this point.
I'm gonna pull a predator. I'm gonna get up in a tree and I'm gonna shoot at him.
And it's from there we will pan back over to our group of heroes over here dealing with the church as we go back to the top of initiative with this dragon claw leader here who's got a giant arrow in his groin. And he's going to slink off towards the other group that's behind the church. Gets about there. Then after that, Amara, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to boop Archeon on the nose and kiss him on the forehead and go, "You silly little goose," and I'm going to heal him.
As I'm like
Right.
raging goose, I'm like,
I will use
Mwah.
Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. How much do you
He's,
heal
like,
him for?
raging and getting a
6.
poop on the nose.
You gain 6
Thank
hit
you.
points.
Six. I'll take it.
I
6
suck at
points of
rolling.
healing. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm at 9. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
All
die.
right, man. It all counts. Fight's not over yet.
Now you're at my normal health. Goddamn
Damn.
monster.
Okay. What else would you like to do, Amara? That was your action.
Yes.
Okay. So you got a bonus
am I able
action
to
and
move?
Yep, you still got your
Okay.
movement and your bonus action available to you.
How far can I move? 30, right?
Yeah, I believe you can move 30 feet.
Okay. I don't know how far 30 feet is.
So each square is 5 feet of movement. So right now, this ruler that I have, a
Okay.
full 30 would be right there if you wanted to
Okay.
go there. Yeah.
I will go there.
All right.
Um,
And then if that's the end of your turn, then you can move your phoenix. as well.
Before I move, well, actually, while I'm moving, I'm going to scream at Arlie and be like, "I heard you like bad boys. I may not be chaotic evil, nor am I a hunk like Avery, but I burned it up for you, baby. You start a wildfire in me." And then I'm just running away.
So you hear most of it at the start, and as she moves away, he's like, "Yeah, fire, baby!" And then it's just like slowly gets quieter and drifts away
And I'm
as
like,
Mara rambles on. Okay. Now you've got your Firebird
Yes, I will move.
that
it closer.
has 30 feet of movement and
I
can
will
fly
also
30
move
feet
30 feet to me.
to you.
I can't move it. If you can do that for me,
Yeah.
or put it in front of me.
You can get right there.
Yes.
As you start to move out of the way, the phoenix just glides over to you with its flamed wings flapping and wreathing in the breeze. Okay. You
I
have
want
flame
a
speed, but
speed.
yeah,
Yes!
you could hit that kobold who's
Um,
seemingly undamaged at this
wait.
point.
Oh wait, I can't shoot the cultist.
Not from there. His line of sight is blocked from around the corner,
Okay. I'll shoot
but you can hit the kobold. Yeah, go for it. So roll to hit.
I'm going to need help with that again.
Your special attack modifier.
1d6 plus.
So hold on, let me see this. Your spell attack modifier. Spell attack modifier. Okay, so I believe spell attack modifier. It is. Oh boy, hold on. I
Oh,
forgot what
it's a
you.
+6 for my druid, I think. Spell attack.
Well, the modifier.
plus
You have different modifiers for different abilities because your spell casting thing adds on to other things as well.
Yes.
Let me just see. Yeah, I think it might be +6 as well. We'll just say +6.
Okay.
Just go for it.
So I'm gonna roll 1d6, a 2 + 6.
So you're gonna roll to hit first.
How do I
Yeah. So roll your d20 and then add 6 to it.
roll my d20? Okay. 20. Yes! I got a 20.
You got a natural 20?
Yes.
Hey, crit hit! All right. So the damage is going to be doubled for this hit because you got a critical hit. So
Okay.
this is, let me just bring it up here. So 1d6 +2 damage. So roll the 1d6, add 2 to it, and then whatever the result is, times 2.
No. I got a 1,
Uh,
2, 3, and then times 2 is 6.
so you rolled a 6.
Yeah.
As you go over with your phoenix and it glides over and you just go, get him. This small little fireball emits from the phoenix beak, and as the kobold is trying to run away back to the cultist, it's just like a little bead, like a little bullet, just goes from the back of the head through the front, and this little smoking bullet hole starts to float up from the top of the forehead. As you see the kobold start running, go. You have Hitman assassinated that dude. He is dead.
Amara's just giggling, like.
As you can hear the phoenix in the background, very happily chirping away. All right. After that, Arlie.
Okay. So I don't think I would be able to see any of these guys from here, can I?
From your range, no, you can't. If you moved, you could probably get a bead on these guys if you were kind of closer up here. But your direction, you're kind of in the brush, and they're just covered by that corner of the church.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and move like.
Because I think you have 30 feet as well, right? So you could get up to there if you wanted to.
Let's see, how many feet forward? I have 40.
40, so you could go even farther than that if you wanted to.
I think I'm gonna go here.
Okay. So you can just, you can just see the cultist leader.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him. I figure we
All right.
all should probably go this direction.
Yeah, no problem. Go for it. Take that bastard out.
Yeah. I've still got the Hunter's Mark on him.
You do. So that damage is still on there.
Okay, so roll to hit. I got a 23.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Damage 9. That is with the longbow, by the way.
That is with the longbow. As the cultist leader is starting to limp away with that arrow in his groin, he kind of reaches down and is able to and he's trying to get closer and closer to that group as they're still like searching around whatever it is they're looking for. And right away he's like, heck! They'll come out before he can say anything. He is also dead.
And then I'm just like, noise!
As you rush out of the brush with your centaur form, and Amara, you can hear this too as the hooves start galloping on the sort of grassland bed around you. Arlie just flies past you and your phoenix as you're running on foot, and she kind of skids along with the dirt floor. Just hits that sucker right in the trachea. Dead.
Amara's just like, yes!
I love you! I'm your biggest fan! Okay, so that dude is out. Up next is the cultist. The last one here who does manage to make it up to the group behind the door. And the two of you down at the other end of the house can just hear him saying, "Help us! us! They're coming onto us! We don't know who they are! Where the fucking and he's just like freaking out. You can hear him just screaming at the top of his lungs as he's reached them and telling him that you're all here on the attack. So that'll be his move. After that, it's Avery. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna follow my friends over here to the right of the house. I won't be able to attack yet, but I guess I'm going to follow them over there. I'm going to switch my thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'll go over here.
Yeah, you can get you around there if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So around the corner there, do you want to do anything else?
No, I mean...
So you could also
I could
hold
dash over
Yep.
there?
You could dash to get closer. You could also hold your action. So as you go and kind of pick up your hand axe, and I believe you have a bow as well, right?
I have no bow, only close-up fighting for me. So with the exception of throwing my hand axes.
Right. So you could throw your hand axes. If you wanted to, you could kind of stop there and hold your action because you're just kind of around you're kind of blocked by this building here. You could hold your action with your axes and say, like, when the enemies come into view, I want to just chuck my 2 axes at them as they come into view.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then for sure.
Okay, done and done. As Avery kind of skids on the dirt ground as well, gets right beside Arlie, take those 2 hand axes out as they're still dripping with kobold blood, and you're ready yourself for an oncoming onslaught. Okay, after that, we come to Arctria. Newly healed.
Gonna boogie up here.
All right. Do you want to ready an action as well?
I am gonna ready with my
The javelin?
No, with my great axe.
The great axe. Okay. So as soon as it's come into view, just come around that corner and just clothesline the F out of them. Okay. So as we come to the end of that combat round, we're gonna one more camera pan all the way over to Apollo in the trees.
Okay,
over here.
I've had Cole's had time to think. Apollo's totally a genius and would know this immediately.
Of course, that's how it goes.
I'm not gonna engage these guys because you said they're just kind of spreading out. They don't know where I am. They're still looking for me, right?
You can see that you've pretty much evaded their gaze. They don't know where you are, and they're trying to look for you currently.
Okay, so I'm just gonna full on. I'm gonna go back around and look for those kobolds that split off, and kind of like this is full on guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
Take
Charlie in the trees.
I don't know what the action economy is, but I would feasibly take 90 feet, get there, and kind of like get to the edge, to the corner.
So you're not in any. So you're not in combat technically yet. So, there is no real. This is kind of just trying to role play bit by bit.
For the sake of just using all my speed in the moment.
Yeah, they don't know where you are. I will say just roll stealth one more time for that action to initiate, just so you can get away clean and they don't hear you in the bushes or see you running away.
26.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, they don't see at all. You're able to just kind of lose them as they're right when you see that they don't have a beat on you and they're searching in various areas. You just get off the tree and just full hindquarters run towards your friends. So you're able to get about there. Okay.
And then
so
sorry, I'm just those kobolds, will they still be behind that building?
So here they can go about 30 feet. So they're going to make it about on your turn, like pretty much here. So you'd be able to kind of see them around these houses running towards the church.
Okay. And I can't do anything right now. Just come back.
You use all of your movement, your dash to move there. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to have a hit on them. We're not really an initiative, but like I'm trying to think of it like an action economy kind of thing.
I got you.
So, I mean, well... I'm just trying to think, because technically it's not in... I'm just trying to think it's in roleplay sense. I'll let you take a shot at them if you want.
Yeah, I would just full on, because I'm assuming they're full focused on getting back there, so if I can just take a shot. be like, oh, distraction.
Yeah.
This is full on guerrilla warfare, but yes, take a shot. I'm doing it.
Take the shot.
20.
What?
Not natural. 20.
Oh, not natural. I was like, what? With this guy?
Could I actually go for the one in the front, on the front corner?
You're using your arrow?
Short bow.
Yeah, you can hit them.
Yep.
If you kind of climb the trees, get a little bit of a height advantage.
And sneak attack? Because they don't see me?
Oh, yeah, no. You don't see you at all.
I like double checking. I don't want to...
No, it's good.
That will be a total of 12.
12 damage?
Yeah.
You go over, and as those kobolds are kind of making their way toward the church, you're galloping as far as you can to get back to your friends, and you can kind of see them starting to make their way over back to the church. You go, oh shit. Just trying to think, what can I do? Kind of get up on a tree a little bit to get a little bit of height. You kind of wrap your arm around the tree, get your not crossbow.
It's a 12 gauge.
Fuck you! Bam! Take your one hand, wrap it around the tree with the bow, and kind of get your hand. You're able to take your feet and kind of pull it back on the tree and arc it up. Goes up and goes past the two in the back, hits the one in the front right on his foot. And you see him go, just tumble forward and just smack into the nearby house, and his neck kind of breaks as it smacks right into the wooden wall. And the rest of them just go, what the? Who's out there? And they're just freaking out. Like, yeah, this is total guerrilla warfare. They don't know. They don't see you. They don't know where you are. But they've stopped in their tracks for the moment.
Good.
All right. And then after that, we are going to the top of the initiative order, the Kobold Dead. That's you, Amara.
Lovely. I'm going to move again to like around here.
Around there. So so you go into the view of the Kobold, the cultists and everything there as they're like, they've taken us out, help us! You kind of see him like trying to get the attention of all these guys back there, and they all just, they just see you come into view. What would you like to do?
I don't really have anything that I can do to reach them.
So you're just gonna stand there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hello, it's me.
No problem. So you got your Phoenix as well. You're gonna move your Phoenix there too?
Move that. Actually, let me. Okay. I don't know.
So he can fly, so he doesn't go in a straight line necessarily.
I'm just gonna ask Avery if he would like to be teleported closer.
Sure. If everybody else is, we can. Yeah.
Because I'll do damage.
I have a very low. My concern is I have a very low initiative, so I would go after all these kobolds went. So I'd be like, ha! And then they would just beat the crap out of me. And then
I think you go first because they're still confused. So they're not exactly.
Well, no, so this is where they join the initiative because you let yourself be known. They see you. They also going, taking out their weapons. So I'm going to roll for their initiative now to see where they are.
Okay. Because maybe I could teleport you just close enough to do some damage with my Phoenix, but not too close, you know?
Sure. I'm very close range.
So I could pick out whoever's closest to you.
Because I don't know if I can ping, but I was thinking like either over here or like here-ish, so you'd be out of the way of some of them.
From experience, if there's more than one of them, you are going to get stabbed a lot.
Yeah, that's why I was going to be like
just
kind of away.
If they're going to be coming this way, we might just want to.
Because right now I'm ready to go. If they cross that corner, I'm up. Throw them out.
Amara, I will say, when you kind of make your presence known, and then the guy's like, they're attacking us, they're killing us. They all just see you and go, shh, and take out their weapons, and they're ready to fight. You're not sure where they are in the initiative right now, but they look very eager, I will say.
So can I get my circle thing around my Phoenix again to see the range?
Just to see what it would be like?
Yeah.
Sure.
How much?
So for that though, so you've already summoned it, so you don't get the effect if you move it towards somebody, but you would get the effect if you teleported somebody away. It's not necessarily So it's only away when you teleport someone away that it enacts, not when you teleport someone there. As far as I know, let me just look it up really quick just to be sure. Just because I haven't worked with this subclass a lot lately, so I'm just going to look it up really quick. Just because. Yeah, so let's see here. Spirit and each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet of it teleport up to 15 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. So you teleport away to a space. Then each creature within 5 feet of the space that the spirit left. Yeah. So basically what you could do is, you know, if you wanted to try it, you could get Avery to get up close. And then when they get around him, then you could try to send your Phoenix in. And kind of the blast of teleporting would hit them, but you can't teleport him to them and have that. Because if that were the case, when it arrived at you, you would have all been exploded away when it came to you.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna move my Phoenix in front of me to like kind of be my body shield.
Sure.
And then
you could probably flame seed some dudes up there too.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some flame seed at the closest,
That cultist there. All right. So roll again, D20 plus 6.
D20. 16.
16. That will definitely hit. Roll damage.
Lovely. And then roll. And the modifier says +4.
So it's +2. That's your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
So 1d6
that
plus
would
2.
just be 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. So as he's kind of there going, they've killed us all! Help us! Help us! This Phoenix they see you you go, hello. And so this Phoenix goes, just like comes right around you and shoots a fireball at the cultist that warned them, and it hits his back, and there's a big giant burn hole on his cloak. Like, He's just trying to get it off as he's now on fire, running around in circles. So good job there. Unless there's anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Arlie, your go.
All right, I am going to go ahead and move to right about here.
All right.
I missed it. Did the cultist shoot his attack? Did he take a lot of damage from that?
He took quite a bit. Yeah, you see there's a big burn hole through his cloak, and when you try to take it off, you see that the burn hole went through his like garments and his armor, and there's like a big like welt, like 3rd-degree burn welt on his back. He's going He's wailing in pain.
Okay, I am going to so since the other guy died, I'm gonna switch my hunter's mark, not to him, but to the one right above him.
This one here.
Yep.
Okay.
And then take a shot at him with my longbow.
So you're gonna hit the kobold with your longbow?
I got a nat 20. Yeah.
Oh, it's a nat 20 party. Okay.
And then I rolled a...
So your damage. So you roll your damage. It should include your hunter's mark damage, and then the result times 2.
I got 15.
Yeah. He's so dead. Goes over, and you kind of aim your bow out as you join Amara with the Phoenix. Stretch your longbow out, and you see that the cultist is like kind of already damaged pretty good. You're like, fling. Huge longbow arrow just rips the head off the kobold as it just flies off, narrowly missing the enemy behind him as it pins his head to the bark of a nearby tree, and his head's just blood's just dripping off his neck. Kobold's body kind of falls down, and they all just start. You see them getting their weapons, and now they're all like rushing towards you. But yeah, you smoked that fool. Okay, after that...
And then I want to, like, turn over my shoulder and, like, wink at Avery.
Speaking of Avery, since that cultist is dead, it is your go.
Nice. I'm going to make my way up to them.
Making my way.
5, 10. Yeah,
So
I'm going to try to
30
engage.
could be, like, you could try to engage the hurt cultist, or you could go...
Yeah, let's go to the hurt cultist. So I'm going to bring
Right.
my guy over there.
Yeah.
We're going to end this guy. I'm going to break out my short sword.
All right.
Roll the hit. would be a 22.
Nice.
And then
22 will hit.
damage is a 7.
7. So right away, the fetus comes, starts screaming and running around. A long bow arrow rips that kobold's head off, pings to the log. Then you come in, put your double axes to your side for the first time in a while. Put out that long sword and just rush the dude who's just flinging his robes around. And you just quickly go out to him and just one-shot kill through the rib, through the cage, through the chest cage, right through the back of the, right through his back where that big welt would be. You just get right up and close. See you later, buddy.
Nice.
Take out your longsword, falls down, whip the blood off the blade so it's clean once again as it spurts on the grass beside you.
And yeah, that'll end my turn.
Okay, another one bites the dust. After Avery, Arctreon. See your friends all take the fight to them. What would you like to do?
Can I roll acrobatics? I'm going to try to climb the church.
Sure, you can acrobatics if you want to jump up.
Or athletics,
I'll let you roll acrobatics if you want to do like a cool like jump up and try to double gain or twist up.
I'll just do athletics just to jump up.
Okay.
But just for shits and
Yeah, it's funny that the cases between acrobatics and athletics is like so circumstantial. Just like to perform acrobatics, you have to like be graceful and like, gymnastically jumping off things. But athletics is just like, like just
I feel
brute
like
force.
it have to be like if you're trying to dodge something or something. I don't even know.
Kinda, yeah. It's a situational thing, really.
13.
13? Oh yeah. So you get up there and start using your claws, start climbing up to the side of it. So that'll be your action to get up on the top of the roof there.
Can I see them if I'm from here?
Yeah, kind of leaning over. You're just at the tip of the precipice of the roof, so you can kind of see them leaning over, all getting ready to rush the enemies around the corner there.
Okay, so I'm gonna bust out my.
So just so you know, it was your action to climb to the top of that roof.
Right.
So you would need your action to attack unless you got a bonus action attack.
Bonus action attack. Bonus actions in combat, 2 weapon fighting. That's all I have.
Right. So I believe you could use your bonus action to throw one of them. Let me just quickly look that up. 2 weapon fighting. Take the attack action. Attack fighting. Yeah. So when you have to attack first to get the 2 weapon fighting ability. So you can't just bonus action hit something. In order to do the 2 weapon fighting ability, you have to hit something with a melee attack first and then follow up with a bonus hit. But you don't have the action to do the first hit, so you can't really do it in this instance.
Okay. Can they see me from where I'm at?
Roll stealth check.
Okay.
At advantage, I'll say, because they're so concerned with the people up top or in the corner. You got a nat 20?
Not a nat 20, no.
Oh. Yeah, so you're able with your huge, like you're still a big, humongous Leonin frame. You still are a cat at heart, so you're able to use your agility, kind of just slyly kind of come up, learning from Apollo's tactics to get up on the top of the roof and see them down below.
I learned this from an old friend. And I'm up on the church.
All right, so stationary there, waiting for things to come. Okay, so that will put us at the end of that combat round, and once more we camera pan over to Apollo sniping out kobolds in the tree line. So this will enact initiative for you. So roll your initiative as well.
16.
16. It's a 4. You're definitely going first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep taking shots at them.
Sure.
Just they don't see me still, right?
They don't know where you are currently. You're hidden in the brush.
I'm gonna pop up and take another shot.
Okay.
That is 23 to hit.
That'll hit. Which one are you hitting?
The next one up front. I'm trying to get it like the what like so they're all, the one they're all like kind of they'll be able to see. I want them scared.
Yeah. So I'll let you hit that one. Do you want you? So are you trying to remain hidden, or are you trying to like? Obviously, I'm over here.
No, I'm trying to remain hidden. This is like full on. Like you guys
so
are.
Roll, so I'll have you to roll stealth just one more time, and they're gonna just see if they can see where the arrow came from as you shot it.
Would it be possible to get past that with a cunning action hide? I don't know how hide works in terms of like, not letting them see me, but taking kind of a shot.
Yeah, so the hide action, let me just bring it up here really quick. Where are you, friend? I'll find you. Hold on. So you are hidden. Technically, they can't see where you're coming from, so you would get probably another sneak attack on this one.
I can move if I need to like shoot and then move, so they know where that arrow came from, but not where I am technically.
Well, the first arrow, they didn't see it coming. Yeah. They have no idea where you are. So I'm just not finding a lot of things on here. So this first one is you shot it. They didn't see it coming, and they're looking around to see. I'll give you advantage on stealth. How about that?
Okay.
I'll look it up after this to see what the exact ruling is. But in my mind, you shot an arrow. They didn't see it coming. You hit that guy. Now they're like looking to see where the fuck that arrow came from. Another one is coming out of the bush, but they'll have a chance to try to at least like see where it came from. But you were hidden and away from them, so I'll give you advantage on it.
27.
Fuck, they don't see anything. So
that one was 11 to hit, or 11 damage, by the way. The first shot.
That one, yeah. Once again, take out that fool as he hit him and go, what the? And they're just like freaking out as just these pot shots are coming out of everywhere. Thanks, Jordy Rose. So he said the first attack would have been an advantage. Second attack would have been regular, and now they immediately know where the attack came from because you've taken 2 pot shots and they can sort of see where the direction's coming from.
Yep.
Okay, so there we go.
I'm going to use my movement to just end my turn and kind of get over there. Just move after that shot.
Yeah. So you roll that stealth. They can't see exactly where you are. That one hit that guy right in the foot, and he tumbled and snapped his neck on the back. They're like, where'd he go? Who's hitting us? And then another one like goes through the neck and the clavicle down through the chest and pokes out through the rib cage. Get it out! And he's just like running around as blood is leaving his body. He just and just falls back. And it's just his friends are just freaking out, like they just don't know what to fucking do. And they can't see where you've gone, so you're hidden from there currently. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Finish it off with a bonus action hide.
All right, hide from the trees once again. So now we come back to the top of the initiative round, and the cultists are definitely going first. They rolled 17 and 15. So once again, Kobolds just coming first. They're gonna rush Avery here. So the Kobolds will make their attack first on you, Avery, and they're gonna get advantage on these hits with their daggers, much like they did to Arctreon earlier. So the first one. What's your AC again?
18.
Avery? 18. First one misses. First one will hit, or second one will hit. And the third one will hit. So 2 of them will hit, 1 will miss. So the damage altogether will be 6 points of damage plus 5. So 11 altogether. as a kobold just jump on your frame, Avery, and start getting at you with the daggers. The first one jumps up, you just front kick it right in the chest off of you, but the other two latch onto your shoulders and your arms, just start repeatedly stabbing your limbs. They're trying to take you out. And then we got the cultists coming up from behind over here. As they're going to go over to Arlie.
No.
The three of them are going to be attacking you, Arlie.
It's okay, I can take it.
I can take it. As they take out their scimitars out, and they're going to hit you. So there's going to be 3 attacks. First one, 17 to hit. Does that match your AC, Arlie?
My AC is 16, so.
16, so that hits. Okay. Second one is a 2. That'll miss. Third one is an 8. That'll miss as well. So you're just going to hit once here. So where is my D6 bar? So that's 7 points of slashing damage to you, Arlie, as the cultists in their red sort of dark robes with their hoods up take out their scimitars, rush past the kobolds who are concerned with Avery. And again, 2 of them kind of leap at you, and with your hooves able to turn around, kind of buck them off. One hit in the chest, one hit in the side. They come down, but one's able to get past you, just leaps up, and just sticks his scimitar right into your shoulder, and just trying with all of his weight to pin you down. But that is their move. Then we come to Amara.
Okay, I am going to see this and get pissed off and be like, "Don't touch my love!" And then I'm going to poison spray the one closest to me, this guy.
This guy here, okay.
Yeah.
So roll to hit with the poison spray. No dice?
Wait, no. They do a Constitution saving throw of 14.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Yeah. So no, it's not a roll to hit.
Yes.
So with 10 feet, you're in the range. Yep. Okay. Yeah. No, that works. So he's got to roll
above a 14.
Above a 14 con save. Okay. Well, let's see here. Fail.
Yes. Okay,
so
now
he'll take 1d12
Yeah.
poison damage.
6.
6 points of damage. Okay. So as you see Arlie get just bombarded by these red-robed cultists, and a scimitar goes around his shoulder like, "Leave my love alone!" And these vines are whipping up into your arms, and these flowers bloom and plume, and this green noxious gas just gets projectile to them, kind of like Joker toxin. And that one guy goes, just starts coughing heavily. You see green, the veins in his face start to become green and kind of climb up to the side of his face, but still hanging on. But yeah,
Darn
he
it.
got a big dose of it.
Okay.
Anything
That's gonna
else?
be the end of my turn.
All right, and then you got the Phoenix.
Yes. Do you want to be moved? Where do you want to be moved, Andrew?
I'm good. I'm gonna heal myself with the second wind, and I'm
Okay.
gonna go take these guys out.
So then, Arlie, can I move you?
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
I would love to be moved.
Well, so, if you moved me to where I could be 30 feet from one on my next turn, I can use a charge attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can move 15 feet with the bird.
Okay, great. I'm gonna do that then, and move Arlie.
So here, I'll give you.
Yeah.
Sorry, you should have. Let's see. There you go. So now you can move the bird.
Okay, lovely. So,
So you just float it over to Amara there.
If you
where is the range of the teleport thing, I mean?
It's on the stat of the bird, so it's 15 feet. So it has movement is 30 feet, so you fly over around
I just
5 or
went
10
on
feet or
top.
so there, and then you could
Yeah.
from there you could go around this area 15 feet. So like
Okay.
just over here, there,
Maybe
or you could
like
go that
down
way.
and then diagonal away as far as you can. Because I need 30 feet. It has to be.
Well,
30
you
feet.
also have so down in the south place, so you got these trees here that will be in your way because it got to be a straight line through. So if you want to try to do that, I would say probably move this way, like around there, and then Arlie, when it's your turn, you could try to move away farther to try to enact it. That's the only thing with like 30 feet of movement in a straight line. She would teleport you away. Then on your turn, you'd have to move to get in line of 30 feet. Then you need the full 30 feet of movement to make it. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe.
So it's a lot of turns to try to set it up, but
Mhm.
you could set it
But
up.
I'm wondering if there's anywhere from here that we could set that up in this turn. So like if I'm going down like on the other side of Amara maybe or something.
And this, so
Oh.
after you wouldn't have enough movement to pull it off coming up. You could get 15 feet away, then you have 30 feet of movement or 40 feet. So you could get 15 feet away from them, then move another 15 feet, but you wouldn't have any movement left to go the full range to reach them, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So you could move 15 feet away, move yourself another 15 feet, so you have that distance covered. Take
And
your
then
longbow
turn
out,
back
shoot
and then-
them. Then your next turn, you could rush them.
We're probably gonna take these guys out before then though. So
Will you? Who knows?
probably.
I've been rolling really badly, so
You guys have been doing good so far, I will say.
Yeah, Amara, just move me like maybe behind you a bit.
Okay.
Like, down to the left of you.
so I guess like here.
Yeah.
That's 15, I think.
Yeah, so right there is
Alright.
15 feet.
I can't
Thank you.
move.
Bam.
But yeah. And while I do that, they are gonna take damage.
They sure will. They got to make dex saves. The fiery explosion from the bird.
Lovely.
Let me just put that 10 feet back on. So if you were there, and that kobold as well.
Yes.
So let's see. It's 14, right? So fail, success, fail,
Yes.
fail. So this guy, one of them succeeded, but this guy failed, and this kobold failed.
Lovely.
So roll your 2d6.
I got a 6, and then do I add anything? Add 2.
2d6. No, it's just 2d6. That's
oh,
it.
okay. That's it. 6 damage.
6 damage. So these guys, they all get blasted. Oh, which one? Oh, you've already killed. Yeah, you killed the cultist that was hurt. Okay. Good job, gang. You are wasting these fools. Okay, so. So you see once again the flamed phoenix rush over to Arlie as Amara's like, "Do it again!" You're like, "Yeah, get me the fuck out of here!" As this guy's just on you with his scimitar. The phoenix goes over. Ah! Another wave of heat erupts as you're teleported 15 feet over. And Avery, as you're dealing with these kobolds on you, trying to grab them and rip them off, the explosion coming from sort of the southeast of you. This heat comes towards you. You kind of see it from the corner of your eye, and you instinctively just take one of the kobolds and kind of put him on your back and just move over. As the kobold is just flamed away, and third-degree burns all over his lizard skin, and parts of his limbs are just being burnt and turned to ash as part of his carcass just falls on the floor beside you with just dust and ash around. So good job there. So Arlie, you're moved over there. Those three are also very badly burned. You see their clothes are caught on fire. Those same third degree burns and pinkish, gooish skin marks all over the half sides of their bodies as they're trying to repel and stand back up. So good job there. Okay. And then Arlie, it's your turn. As you suddenly just appear 15 feet away with the phoenix just on your shoulder, just resting there, and you can see the flames kind of wreathed around your clothes and your skin, but doesn't appear to be hot or burn you at all. And the little nuzzle of the head just goes, beep, 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 just starts to nuzzle you.
Aw, cute. Okay, I want to give a little pet, and then can I? Okay, so hear me out. I don't know if this will work, but with the charge thing, what if I charged just to the right of the kobold that's like diagonal to Avery? Would I then be able to attack him with that?
Let's see.
Because that is 30 feet there. It's just a matter of if I could then turn,
So that one right there is 30 feet. So you could technically do it. Let me just look it up again. This is a bonus action move, correct?
Yes.
Charge. If you have at least 30 feet of movement straight forward toward a target and then hit it with a melee weapon attack on the same turn, you can immediately make a who's attack. Yeah, so it would work. If you want to hit that bad boy, you could get him.
Or what if I hit the one at the top right? Would I be able to do that one instead?
This one?
Yes.
So you would need a straight line to be able to do that, and you don't have you
Right,
would
okay.
you don't really have a straight path towards him. You'd have to go through these guys, which would ruin the momentum. But you got a straight line unencumbered towards that kobold.
Okay, let me just do that then.
Okay. So you hit him with your short sword?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
So then as the phoenix is done nuzzling your face and you're like, oh, thanks. Just like flies away. You just look at Avery, who's got one kobold down from just positioning it towards the flames, but there are two little kobolds still crawling all around him, stabbing, kind of darting around. He's just, and then you suddenly see Arlie just start to kick up her hooves and make marks in the dirt, getting ready to charge that fool. And Avery, you can kind of see it too with the corner of your eye, and you're like, you kind of got that nod, and you're getting ready to kind of like hold the kobold in place as she gets ready to charge at it. So, Arlie, as you rush forward towards the kobold, take out your short sword. So roll to hit.
Okay, so I got 13 to hit with the short sword.
That will hit. Just barely.
4 damage.
So 4 damage with the sword.
With the short sword, yeah.
Okay. And then the who's. So I believe you'll roll to attack with the who's as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got a 1. 4 total.
Let me just see. No, you immediately make a hooves attack, so I don't think you have to roll to hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
It says you can immediately make a hooves attack.
Roll the one
as
again,
a
but
bonus action. Is it a roll to hit though? Fuck it, I'm just gonna say you do it. I'll look back on that later. So you go in there and you hit it with a short sword. So Avery's able to put it in place. You shing, this like short sword and this very elegant sort of fey curved blade comes out. You make a big strike, whip it up. His arm gets decapitated off, flings into the air, and with your front 2 hooves, you just boot it forward and his cave in his chest as he flings several feet forward away from Avery. Super fucking dead.
Nice.
Yeah, good job there. Anything else for you?
No.
No? Okay. So that'll be the end of your turn, and then we come up to Avery.
Right, so I'm going to
Take care of 2 of them so far.
Yes, so I still got my short sword in my hand, so I'm going to go ahead and strike this guy in front of me, the kobold. So that's the short sword, so 20?
Was it a natural 20?
No. Wait, no, it says 10. Sorry, no, wait, 1. Yeah, it's a 10. For some reason, it glitched out. Just a 10 to hit, not a 20.
10 to hit. Yeah, that will miss, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Unless you want to make your 2-weapon strike and hit it with an axe or anything like that.
Instead, can I? First of all, can I use a bonus action for second wind to heal myself?
Yeah, you sure can.
So that's once per short rest. So that is 1d10 plus 2. So there's d10. So roll that. That is a 7 plus 2 is 9. So I'm going to heal by 9.
Okay, so you heal 9 points.
So from 11, I'm now at a 20.
Nice. So you used your action to hit him. You missed. You used second wind as a bonus action.
Yes, and then I also have another one, which is an action surge, which is once per short rest. So could I also use that to take another swing at him?
So that is an action to do that. So you've already used your action to hit.
Got you.
So you'd have to wait your next turn to do that one.
So you could take one additional action. So I'd have to do that before I take the first action.
Yeah, let me just think. Or wait, no.
Because action surge special, you can take one additional action on your turn.
No, sorry, it's not your action to do that. That's my bad. You can do another turn.
Got you. Cool. So
I should know that. I play a fighter, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if I do that, that's again once per short rest, then I can roll again to hit.
Yeah, so you basically get another turn. So you can use it, you get another action and a bonus action and a whole other action economy.
Got you. So that is going to be a 12 to hit.
That's awesome.
That just hits. Roll damage.
Nice. We're going to roll damage, which is a 7.
7. So you see Arlie kind of gallop up beside you and cut off the arm of the kobold and just front kick it and cave in its chest and tumbles backward. Then you look at the kobold beside you who's kind of jumped off your person and kind of has this knife and just it's just kind of one and one to you, and you're like kind of going around in a circle and you've got your long blade out and you're just kind of testing him what he's gonna do. And you kind of go in for a strike, but it's small, so it's able to kind of duck out of the way. And as soon as he does that, you go, and then this sort of fighter instinct comes into you. And you take a deep breath in, close your eyes, fling up your sword from the hilt you have here, and then you spin around as it's just flipping in the air, turn around and just catch it as it goes down behind your side as the kobold's just looking at you but not looking up, and just hit it right in the chest cavity.
Nice.
Goes up from there, and as that breath in, kind of be able to focus, and as that way kind of like heal yourself in doing so, taking out that dude right.
I high five Avery.
Yay! All right, so once again, last but certainly not least, Arctreon up on top of this church.
Does jumping down count as an action, or?
It depends if it's in conjunction with an attack. So if you're like because you have to kind of move, you can move off of things, but if you're like, I want to jump and attack someone, that's kind of one thing.
Oh no, I meant as jumping down and then moving towards, like being. Oh, sorry, I had the wrong thingy selected. Go in there. Yeah.
So I will say, I will let you go sort of to the edge of the house. I'll let you make an athletics check to kind of jump off the roof and then land on that sucker and hit him at the same time.
12.
But if you 12, good enough. You're not that high up. So you kind of run off the rooftop and leap up with your giant great axe, leaping down to this dude, and they don't know you're there. So you'll get a little sneaky advantage on the hit here.
Okay. So, great axe. 16.
And you're raging as well, so don't forget that.
Does it automatically add that in? Because I don't see it on here.
It should, if you have it selected. So you see that there should be two slots red on your rage.
Oh, I haven't done the damage yet. Sorry, that's what.
Yeah. So I think it's damage, not your attack.
My bad. Okay,
but 16 will definitely hit. So now you can roll your damage, and that should add it to it.
Now for 3.
Even with the rage damage.
Yeah, I got a 1.
So with your great axe, you rolled a A one on the D12 plus 2 is 3, but with your rage plus 2 to melee damage, so it's plus 5 right now. So you get another 2.
That's weird.
So
to just
3,
add
5.
So
That is weird. I don't know. It should be adding that.
But does it?
Not sure why, but yeah. So
It's 5.
you got a 5, which is still like good for all intents and purposes of this. So you reach down, and they just kind of look up, and this massive Leonin with this massive lion roar just reams out with a giant battle axe, and you just cleave, cracking his clavicle down like a good couple inches off to his shoulder. It's like split apart a little bit. You just teeth baring, freaking him out. Still alive, but he's just just surprised and in pain. But you do have 2-weapon fighting. So you've hit him with a melee, so you can use a bonus attack to try to hit him with a hand axe or whatever else you got the handy on you.
I'm going to do my unarmed strike.
There you go. So this will just be the roll to hit for that.
16.
That'll hit. Roll damage. It's just a 3.
Yeah, it's just a 3. I got a 3,
Yeah.
but it's plus 2, right?
Your unarmed strike doesn't get any bonuses.
Okay, right.
It's kind of like a freebie hit, but it's not as powerful as the other ones.
So can I do that unarmed strike to the already injured one that's kind of diagonal from me there? Or do I have to do the unarmed strike again to the person that I'm hitting?
You don't have to. They're pretty badly fucked. It's just apples to oranges, which one you want to throw the 3 damage at.
If I throw the 3 damage, does it kill the one in front of me?
You won't know until you try.
Do it.
Okay, I'll do the one in front of me then.
The one in front of you?
Yeah.
So as you go and you make this massive cleave past his clavicle and down its side. You just have your axe there. You just kind of leave it in him as he's just kind of circling, just like not really sure what he's doing. He looks dazed and confused from the hurt. You just reach over to the side of his shoulder and just rip off his arm from his side, and you whack him over the head with it and just beat him into submission. It's just a bloody pile on the ground. Oh. He's dead. Super dead.
And that's it for me.
And that's it. Okay.
Just for the reference as well, that I do take half damage, I believe, because I'm still enraged by
Yep.
weapons.
Yeah. So when you're enraged, it's hard to hit you with normal weapons, as your fur hide just becomes thicker and more resilient, and you get an advantage on a few checks as well.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, we're gonna once again pan over to Mr. Apollo, trying desperately to rejoin his friends. What would you like to do, sir?
I am going to just take another shot.
You're gonna keep taking these guys out? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're all dying.
All right. Roll to hit.
Natural 1.
This time you were not able to. You have the advantage of surprise, as now they kind of know that you're coming from the tree line, so they're just looking for arrows coming out, and they're able to dodge out of the way. Anything else?
I'm going to move again. Just move. Bonus action hide.
Bobbing and weaving. Bobbing and weaving.
Yep. No, this is guerrilla warfare. They don't know.
All right.
Magic man.
So at the end of that,
I
we are going to go to the top of the initiative once more. Do I even have anyone left? I do. There are 3 there. Okay. So that one's dead. So the cultists are going to go. And let's see. 3 of them. Badly wounded. Yeah, fuck that. They're just looking at each other, just 3rd-degree burns, all fucked up. They just saw Archeon rip off an arm and bat his friend over the head with it to death. Retreat! Back to the holes! Get out of here! These people are crazy! And they just start bolting it out of there. Archeon, you will actually get an opportunity attack from this one, leaving your space. So when an enemy is around 5 feet away from you, kind of like pretty much right next to you, and they choose to leave your space, you get what's an opportunity attack. So you basically get a free action to just fucking try to hit him as he leaves.
Okay. Do you want me
So,
to my great axe, or do I have to
yeah.
do that with? Okay. I'm gonna bring it a little bit. Ah, you son of a 8.
Unfortunately, as you're just beating this dude to death with his own arm, they say, "Retreat! We can't do this! They're fucking crazy!" And they just start running. You just have your hand axe. You take your axe out of the bloody pile of stump and trying to shoot it wide, or hit him wide, but he's able to just like maneuver out of the way. And they are just booking it, running away.
Oh, I see that there is a reaction and opportunity attack when exited. Okay.
So they'll make it just to about there, but they are full retreat mode.
Okay.
After that is Amara. Do you want to pursue or let them run?
No, I'm going.
No survivors.
So I think wait, I don't know. I can't use the ruler for some reason.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure why that is, but so from you, the closest one's 35 feet.
Lovely. I'm going to go here and do a non-lethal attack with my primal savagery.
Okay.
So I'm just going to like do my fingernails again and like kind of gut him so his like intestines will like be exposed, but I don't want to kill him.
Oh my god.
That sounds like killing somebody.
Savage!
Just so he can't run away, really.
I'm gonna pull out his guts, but not kill him.
So you instinctively just kind of like, you see them run, you're like, no, you don't. And you run over to him with your cloak and your material kind of floating in the wind, and you're able to just big huge spines come out of your hands. You're able to grab him on the shoulder, turn around, and just put it right into his stomach. Sorry, what did you roll to hit?
Oh, fudge, 23, baby.
23. Ooh, yeah, that'll definitely hit. So roll your 1d10 acid damage.
A 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
You go, and he's like, sleep. Just falls down, crumples to the ground, knocked out as you wanted to do unlethal damage.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, you got the Phoenix.
So the Phoenix can also move 30 feet?
Correct. Can move direct forward 30 feet or fly up 30 feet or half and half.
Yeah, I'll just move it next to me and
All right.
attack the
Flame Seed?
other one. Yeah.
All right. Roll to hit. Plus 6.
Is it 1d20 plus 6?
A d20 plus 6, correct.
A 9.
A 9. So as you like stop his friend and got him, they just look back. Oh my god! They're just with monsters. They're just like freaking out, and the Phoenix comes towards you and shoots off in their little mini fire pellet, but they're able to dodge. They're just holding their wounds and just running off into the distance. Okay, I'll be your go.
I'll just shout at them and be like, tell your friends about me with my bloody fingernails.
All right. After that, we got Arlie. Do you want to take a pot shot at these guys or let them go?
Can I ask Amara what her plan is with this? Like,
Oh, I just wanted to keep this one to question him a little bit. Maybe gut him a little more later.
okay.
The party's eyes all go wide. Who are we
I think you
fucking?
should kill them, though. The others, I mean.
Okay. So I will go ahead and take a shot at the furthest one with my longbow.
This one here. Okay.
Yeah. Let
Roll
me
to hit.
actually also target it with my hunter's mark.
Hunter's mark as well. Okay. Yeah, because that's advantageous because with the hunter's mark, you get advantage on tracking and looking for that particular person. So in the instance that you missed and he got away, you would have advantage if you wanted to pursue them.
Okay. So 8 to hit.
8 will miss.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine
Okay.
then.
So the fire pellet goes and an arrow gets knocked as they're just getting further and further away. They're just kind of ducking and dodging and trying their best not to get hit. But they all swing wide and they miss. All right, Avery, you're up. Try to get these fools.
Yeah, I'll go over here and get them. Let me switch back to the right. There we go. I'll come over here and attack. I got my short sword.
Okay.
So swinging to or rolling to hit.
Yeah.
Is a 18.
18 will hit. Roll damage.
And then damage is a 11.
11. So as you see the flame seed and the arrow kind of miss wide, and as they're kind of distracted looking over to their right, they're not very concerned with their left as you see kind of an opening from that strategist in your mind, and you just run over and slide on your knees as you take the longsword out. It just hit the hamstrings on one of them clean off, but it goes through the hamstrings, through the front kneecap as that guy's calf down just flings over. Ah! Falls down and he hits his face and neck, like slams right hard to the ground, and he's just dead on arrival. But that is your movement, unless you wanted to do your 2-weapon fighting to throw your hand axe at the last one there.
All right, let's do it. 2-weapon fighting, hand axe.
So roll to hit with the hand axe.
Roll to hit with that. That is a 20.
That'll hit.
5. And then damage. Do I add the +5 or not?
So you don't add anything to for the damage.
Damage is just a 1. I tickle him a little bit.
Just a 1.
I scare him away. He runs a little extra fast. Like, oh gosh.
So as you lop off the calf muscle from that one dude, you instinctively, as you're still skidding, don't even throw it like overhand. With the momentum of you gliding forward, you take the hand axe from your hilt and chuck it forward. So it's flipping that way, and he goes, slices off a part of his ear as he goes, ah! And he's just like 3rd-degree burns. His cloak is smoking and on fire, or not on fire, but smoking and damaged heavily. He's just limping around. You just nick his ear as to add insult to injury, but he does still survive after that. All right. Anything else?
Well, in my turn.
All right. And
Go,
after
Archeon,
that,
go.
come to Archeon. See if you can finish this guy off.
Sick
I have
him.
a javelin that goes 30 feet.
Do it.
Roll to hit.
You're gonna need the javelin. Okay, so you got to move just a bit over this direction, Archeon, just so you have a line of sight on him.
Okay, I go. Can I go here?
Yeah, that's great. So you're
Okay.
more than enough. So throw your javelin at him. Roll to hit.
I'm done. I'm done for today. I'm done.
What did
5.
you roll?
5.
Oh man!
I hate this game.
I'm not playing. It's over. Oh man, so we all have bad days, but yeah, you're just gonna get over as your feet are kind of muddled in the blood of the person you just eviscerated with his own arm. You see that guy starting to leave and get kind of a good distance on everybody now, and he's the farthest away at this point from all of you. You just take out your javelin, lands wide, but lands into the ground as he's just limping around and running for dear life. So unfortunately,
Did you say
does
deer?
not hit.
Deer.
You're
Doe?
like-
A deer? A female deer?
Nay.
But at the end of that round, we will come back over to Cole.
Another shot. This is just
Another shot. All right,
Yeah.
Sick him.
go for it.
That's 25.
Oh.
That'll hit. Which one you hitting?
Next one up front. That will be, oh my god, 16 damage.
16 damage. So once again, punch out. They're like, "Where's it coming from?" And now they know it's in a tree line, and you go over. It's a demon! It just falls down. And it just falls down to his death again. It's just like this invisible force is just taking them all out. But now they did catch where that particular arrow was. So the three of these guys, actually, once again, they're fucking terrified. They have an incredible resolve with a nat 20 to see if they want it to go away or not. So they're going to take the fight to you.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move and bonus action hide. Just
get out of there again.
I'm dead.
Just
You can't see me.
Yeah, so no, they go over to the brush where you were, and they're they're just cursing the air in Draconic. They just can't find you. They can't seem to see where you're going. You just keep darting around and hiding, and yeah, they're getting pretty frustrated at this point. But yeah, so that'll end your turn. Back to the top of the round. With the cultist, one on the floor, this dude is going to run into the night and just book it out of there as he just disappears into view.
Wait, so I can't see him anymore?
No, he's effectively out of your field of vision as he kind of runs forward, darts behind a house, and he's gone. But that will end combat for all of you. As now, as that last cultist kind of goes off into the night, darting behind some houses, you try to look through where he's going, but he just loses his field of vision. Arlie, you do have your hunter's mark on him, so if you wanted to pursue, you could have a good chance of trying to find him, or you can use this time to kind of gather your strength, talk to each other, be like, are we okay? Is everyone fine? Go into the church, see if those people are okay. It's up to you.
Amara's gonna be like look at Arlie really annoyed and be like, like,
was there only one left?
There was one left, and he got away. But you have your hunter's mark on him, so you have this sense of like you could find him if you wanted to pursue.
Is this a thing where I could just move 40 feet and see him, or?
Not at this range. This would be you finding his tracks, searching him out, and seeing where he had run off to find where he went.
Okay, I think I'll let him go then.
I say we keep to our objective of saving these people in this church and get out.
Okay.
This is a rescue mission. It's not a kill mission.
Well, that's debatable.
I'm just like poking at the guy's intestines, like.
Oh, gross.
And at this point, I'll just go over to Cole really quick as you're taking out these guys one by one. Did you want to finish the job, or are you going to try to deke them out?
I'm going to trust my team and trust that they'll save the church, but I need to keep these guys away from the church. So yeah, I'm killing them all.
Keep them busy.
Okay.
I'm
So as you're
literally just attack, bonus action hide, attack, bonus action hide.
Guerrilla warfare.
I will say, just for the sake of brevity, there's no fucking way they're going to be able to find you with you darting around the trees and moving all around. So eventually they're just going to you'll definitely probably kill one more, and it's going to go, we gotta go back, retreat, and they're just going to leave because they're scared little shitheads. So
if that's the case, I would like to go back just one. I just want to look for that guy that had the gall to grab me. I want to see. I want to go kidnap that guy.
Well, that guy is currently looking for you with that other group. So you're going to go back towards there?
It's more of like a go scout. If I can get him away from that group, then I'm totally kidnapping him. But yeah.
Okay, so as you're going to go pursue that, we're just going to go back to our main heroes here. So you're outside the church. This is your chance to sort of make sure everyone's okay. See what you want to do next. Go inside the church. It's up to you.
Let's go try to convince them to open up the door.
Agreed.
I'm just gonna start screaming, your heroes are here, and I brought you a man to show you that he is no longer going to be a threat. I'm just like dragging him like.
So which part of the church are you going to? Are you going to the front or the back?
We try the back. We're right next to it.
Yeah, let's go to the back here.
Going to the back. Okay, so
Is that the back or the front?
this is the back here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go to the back.
So you're trying to find a door, Artrion?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you go to the back of the church, you see that there is no visible handle or any make of a door necessarily. It just looks like a flush back wall. But Artrion, I'll have you roll an investigation check to see if you can kind of suss out what they were trying to look for on this back wall here.
Nope. 5.
5, yeah. So you're start searching around, looking through you're looking through the grooves in the wall and trying to see like, what the fuck are they looking for? What is this? But you're not able to really discern anything. But the rest of you could help him look for anything back here.
Can I do like a perception instead of investigation?
So this would be your intentionally investigating, like trying to suss out what's behind.
I've got a +2 investigation. What do you guys have?
I have a +3.
All right.
+1.
Yeah. Perception is more you're looking around your surroundings, the room. And investigation is like you're specifically kind of looking for a certain thing.
I got a 21.
On investigation?
Yes.
So with Arcturion's help, as he kind of like leads you to this action of kind of searching out the back wall, he's kind of looking for grooves, looking for any kind of a plate or anything, just anything that can give a clue. And as you're kind of looking down at this back wall, you kind of just a really, really razor thin outline that's etched into the woodworking of this back wall. That would be very, very hard to see normally otherwise. You just kind of see this groove. And you kind of put your face to it. You kind of feel this slight sort of breeze coming from inside the wall. And you kind of find a pressure plate kind of next to the right, and you kind of and this wall kind of instinctively jettisons forward, kind of making it apparent that you could probably take it off some hinges.
Okay.
Can I kick it down?
I mean,
If you
they were
want to.
using the thing. Weren't they battering it? So, like, wouldn't it be really hard?
So they're battering the front
Ah.
of the church door. You noticed a group of cultists that were looked like they were looking for something, but couldn't seem to find anything. You surmise that this is probably they're trying to find a way inside, but they
Okay.
just couldn't see it.
I'll just let Arcturgon know about that while I'm just like still holding onto the guy and dragging him with us.
Well, let's just say I'm not going to rip it off its hinges, but I'm going to try to rip it open, and so that way we can at
Okay.
least close it behind us.
Yeah.
So would that be a strength check?
Yep. So you got advantage on that because you are raging.
Still.
Yeah.
Is it not going to? Oh, sorry, it didn't show up. 16 plus 2, 18.
Yay!
Nice. So you said you want to rip. You don't want to rip it off.
Open, just not off the hinges.
Okay. So you go inside and it seems to sort of move forward, like inward, not outward.
Okay.
And as you kind of like go to push it forward, you can feel some debris and something like giving it resistance. And then you hear people inside go, oh no, they're coming inside.
Yeah.
What do we do?
We need to make sure they know that we're here to help. So I say that
Calm
we.
down.
But yeah, you do that, Archeron. You kind of try to pull it forward. There's a bit of resistance that you push inward, and you can feel some debris. You're just like, calm down. And you just hammer it with your shoulder, and you just burst through all of the debris of chairs and pews that were kind of built up behind it. And the door just swings open with that blast of force. And you see it.
I just wanted to be like, it's okay, guys. Like we killed the kobolds. Like we're here to help you. It's okay.
Yeah, we're definitely sending in like Arlie and Amara first, like the two least scary ones.
That's a
Amara's least scary.
Versus Archeon, the big lion man.
She was playing with someone's intestines 5 seconds ago.
You know, that was
Oh, you know, guys,
over
I'll go
horrible.
in first.
All right, that was endearing.
Amara,
So from-
you stay here.
From the villager's perspective, this door kind of suddenly starts to open up a little bit. Then all of a sudden, this wall, this big jettisoned wall of force just comes through the door, knocking back all the debris they set up, and standing there kind of silhouetted in the moonlight is this humongous Leonin, this fawn centaur, this very creepy looking druid, black fur, or Apollo, you're not there yet, right? No, you're over there. And Avery, the high elf with this rugged beard and dark green leathers and armor, just standing there kind of situated in the moonlight as you all jettison forth like, we're here. We're not here to harm you. We've killed everyone outside. And you kind of look inside and you see various villagers. There's probably a good 20 or so in here. All kind of some have families, some are couples, some are single, just off sort of in different groups, huddled in between the pews, away from the windows, kind of in the center aisle. You can kind of see the stained glass windows off to either side have chairs and more pews kind of pushed up to the side there, bookcases, things like that. And on the opposite end, kind of, actually, no, very close to you, as you open up that door, there's kind of a platform that's kind of situated with a stand. Kind of surmise that this is probably where the priest kind of performs and does his sermons and everything. And you're kind of looking straight on ahead. Then off to the left, this person kind of comes into view. He's this very tall, slender-built elf with very pale skin. He's wearing these kind of bright red velvet robes with kind of a gold trim, with a long flowing cloak with a big hood that's kind of up on his head. He has very long, kind of thinning blonde hair, but very pale skin. Has kind of weirdly long fingernails as well, and he kind of has kind of frail old hands. He comes into view, and you see that he has a little pseudo dragon on his shoulder, which is kind of a little tiny, sort of a miniature slender lizard dragon that's kind of like a Mushu type dragon, that's just kind of situated on his shoulders, kind of cowered with the wings kind of over its head, and he's kind of holding it there. He's have you come save us? Who sent you?
I am going to order my bird to just sit on my shoulder, just like his little dragon thing is sitting on his. And I'm going to go, hello, handsome. I have something to show you.
So I have this written down. Governor Nighthall and Sergeant McGrath sent us. Said there were people in the church.
How do we know this isn't a trick? And once we leave this place, you're gonna slaughter us all.
I'm going to sort of drag the guy slightly into view, but not in the view of the villagers and their families, because I don't want to scare them. Just
so you kind of tell the priest to come here for a second, kind of thing. Yeah, he's gingerly comes towards you, and you kind of pull this cultist just knocked out with the big wound in his gut.
I just drop my axe. I drop all my weapons, and I say, if I wanted to kill you, I would have killed you already.
He looks over at the cultist. Artron, make a persuasion check at advantage.
Persuasion check. What do you mean? I get to roll it twice at it.
Twice.
Yeah, twice and take the high result.
I got 18 already, so I'll take that, and I'm 16. So
sweet. So he sees the dead cultist on the ground with this huge wound in his gut, and Archeron drop your axe, ting ting ting. I wanted to kill you. You'd be dead already. And just holding his pseudo dragon, and we're saved. We're saved! And they all go, yeah, yes! And they're all just cheering. And he goes, please, friends, come in here. You look badly wounded. Here. Bring the potions. How many do we have left? He's I think we have around 5 or 6, sir. He's you're badly wounded. We need them now. And he comes over, sees Archer on all these dagger wounds all over him, and all these the blood's kind of staining his Leonin fur. And he comes to you, he's here, this is the least we could do. This is all we have left. Thank you so much. And he gives you all 6 potions of healing.
Splash. I'll use whatever it need. Just how much does one potion heal?
So one healing potion, I believe, gives you 1d4 plus 3.
I don't need healing, so you guys can take all day healing potions.
2d4 plus 2. 2d4 plus 2. Yeah.
So I rolled a d4 twice.
So 2d4s and then add 2 for 1 healing potion if you wanted to drink it right now.
Okay, I got 6. Which puts me at 19 out of 20.
I got 3 and 3.
So you said that we had enough for all of us, or just a few?
So yeah, you got 1 each basically.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. So I got 2 3s. And then you said, what is it at? Sorry, I'm so
2
sorry.
3s. It should be 2d4. So 2d4. So roll.
Yeah, I rolled d4s and I got 3 and 3.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Okay.
And
They said I rolled 2d3 and I was like, what? Okay. So yeah, so you would heal that many points, Arcturion.
6
plus 2, right?
Plus 2.
Plus 2, correct.
And I can keep one just for later, right?
Yeah, it's an item that's in your inventory
Awesome.
that you can use
Keep it
whenever
at.
you like.
Yay, I'm 17, not dying.
I want to go up to the priest and I pull out like a notebook out of my bag and I'm like, can you just like, where did you get the pseudo dragon? Like, tell me everything. I have like a notebook, like I'm like ready to write.
I found this sweet thing kind of injured in the forest nearby. I think it might have been separated from his family. It was just a hatchling at the time, but I nursed it back to health and it's been with me ever since.
Can I like ask him like, well, would you be willing to help us maybe find the rest of them?
I mean, yes, of course. I mean, whatever you want. You saved our lives. I'll be happy to do whatever it is you want.
Which forest did you find it in? Was it nearby?
It was nearby. I have to go back to my journal to figure out which forest it was exactly, but I could tell you for sure.
I would love to know. I'm actually studying pseudo dragons and trying to get to the bottom of why they've been disappearing.
Yes, they have been having a weird endangered species lately. It's very troubling. That's why I've been keeping on to this one for some time. I'm kind of worried about poachers or anything else that might harm him.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Everly.
I am Amara. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And I'm Arlie. Did you say it was Everly?
Everly. And as he says that, he looks at his pseudo dragon who's got kind of his wings kind of hovered over his head, and he kind of starts petting him. He's like, "It's all right, Martin. You can show your face. They're friendlies. They're friendlies." And then you see this little wings that are kind of thin. You kind of see the veins kind of coming through the leathery wings. He just goes,
Amara's gonna like reach her little hand out and like just like see if it'll like smell me and maybe nuzzle me.
Yeah, so when you look at his body too, it's kind of like what like spotted cats kind of look like, where they've got like kind of different colored patches all around it. He has that kind of as well. So he's got this dark kind of maroon, reddish leather skin, but then you can kind of see patches, kind of not like a cow necessarily, but more jagged, kind of like a zebra, where there's like kind of red or blue and green kind of stripes that are kind of situated along its body. If you wanted to put your hand to it and be like, "It's okay, buddy," make an animal handling check.
Okay.
I would like to do the same.
Sure.
Just all of us trying to pet it.
A 9.
9, okay. Arlie?
I got a 6.
6. So it's a bit frightened at the moment, just from all the commotion and everything, so it's still a bit spooked. So you kind of put your hand up to it and it just goes, and you kind of just kind of slinks over to the other side of Everly's shoulder. It's like, "It's okay. It's been a kind of a rough day. Don't take it personally."
We probably have blood on our hands. Like.
Yeah. I imagine you've probably been through a hell of a lot yourselves. You said you've come from Night Hill and McGrath. What's the plan now? What are we to do?
We should take everyone to the keep because everyone's just resting there with everyone else.
The keep, right?
And then you can come help us with finding the rest of the little dragon.
Yes, of course. I'll do whatever you say. Praise Chotia for this amazing. And he's just like, holding his hands out and just saying a prayer up to the gods for having you found him. Arcturion?
I want to know, I want to ask you 2 questions. One, are you the priest of this church? Are you familiar with this building?
I am, yes.
Is there any sort of secret tunnels that lead from here to the keep?
We don't have any secret tunnels of our own, unfortunately. That back door was kind of an emergency exit. Thank God it kind of bought us some time, but we don't have any tunnels or anything of that nature. I'm sorry.
Is anybody injured? Can you all move quickly?
I believe so, yes. When the raiders came, the bulk of these people were already in service. We were able to barricade ourselves inside. It wasn't until someone spotted us through a window that they saw us in here, and that's when we started piling up things against the glass. But everyone here is in good health, yes, and everyone's just like, they had like holding their kids and their loved ones. They're like, yeah, and they all seemed fine and unharmed.
What is the time during?
So it's during your sort of way over there, it was becoming dusk.
Yeah.
And then as you were kind of enacting everything, it became night. So it's currently probably like around the 11 p.m. Time frame. Or no, sorry, if it's becoming dusk, it's probably like 7 p.m. at least.
Okay.
It's gone
Are we
past
going
sunset time.
to take them to the keep then, or are we going
Yes.
to kind of bunker down here?
I think it would be safer to escort them back.
Yeah, we need to get out and get to
Yeah.
the safe place.
I think we should do that. And also we could take them down through the secret passageway we came. So hopefully that's a little
Exactly.
faster.
Agreed.
If Apollo hopefully is taking care of a few of those kobolds.
But
then-
I do have something to take care of. I'm gonna like look over at the guy that's on the floor. Like, is it possible to wake him up just to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take him back outside, and I just ask them, does any of you want to help me with questioning? I'm not very intimidating, I don't think.
I will 100% assist.
Archeon, you're calling, man.
All right. So as you kind of drag the cultist's unconscious body outside with the moonlight kind of gleaming down into the open area behind the church, as everyone's kind of gathering their things and getting ready to move with you, Archeon accompanies you outside as you just kind of throw the unconscious body of the cultist on the ground. He's just knocked out. How do you want to wake him up?
I actually have a skin sack of water, so I'm gonna try.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Just like slap him awake too.
Wake up!
So you take your water skin out and just start dumping it in his head, and he goes, starting to come to.
Good morning, sunshine.
What do you want? What's happening?
Tell me who your cult leader is.
What?
What's his name?
Leader. We have many leaders. The dragon cultists are like a hive mind, cut off 2 heads, 3 more to take its place. And he just starts coughing as that wound in his belly. You see like the acid residue from your fingernails, kind of starting to like eat away at his skin. He's just barely audible.
Why did you need the dragon inside of this church?
Inside the church? What dragon? What are you talking about?
What were you here for?
Please, I'm badly wounded. Can you just heal me? Anything? I'm going.
I will
to die.
gut you further if you don't tell me.
Make an intimidation check.
I'll second it after she makes her first.
Okay.
All right. What do you want to say to back that up, Archeon?
No.
I
I
say
have a
nothing. I just swing the axe dangerously close to his head.
Okay,
Drive
you're
it.
gonna have to do it because I'm not scary.
What'd you roll?
A 6.
A 6. Okay. And Archeon, after she says that, you're just kind of gonna
18, baby.
18. So as she says that, she's like, my fingers, like, I'll gut you again. He's like kind of thinking like, well, if she wanted to kill me, she probably would already. And then Archeon just like nose hair away from his face and puts him in the ground. And you say like, why did you want to go in this church? He's like, we're holding valuable treasure for him.
Who's him? My second swing will
Who's
not.
him? Tell us.
Tiamat.
Who's Tiamat?
And it's there, everyone. So we gotta end the session. So, oh, her. My mistake. Is a her. Tiamat is a her. For her. So yeah, guys, that's where we're gonna end the session today. Sorry we weren't able to take a break. That action was kind of just so grand and went all over the place. So I didn't want to kind of cut it off in midsection. But we got 2 donations for the stream.
Yay!
So that's cool. So thank you so much for doing that, everybody. I just got to see what the names are. I don't have my Twitch up. First was Ivy for $35. So thank you so kindly.
Woo.
And I'm just seeing what the second ones are. If I can find it.
The A-Team thanks you for your donation.
Hey, team.
Second was Vespira for $5. Okay.
Thank you.
So $40. It all helps towards a good cause. So thank you so very much, everybody. But yeah, so that was a good session, guys. So yeah, we'll pick this up from our current situation next Saturday. Actually, no, not next Saturday. I'm going to be on Melee Ball next Saturday. I'm taking part in a D&D fighting tournament that's created and organized by an awesome D&D creator, D&D Corso, who created his own kind of D&D supplements where it's kind of like Quidditch meets D&D battle. There's like hoops you gotta shoot balls through, but you can use your attacks and spells as you create your character and everything. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. But so you'll see us not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, as we pick up with Apollo trying to sneak and track down the cultist who tried to grab him in the woods. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Hope you had fun. Thank you so much. If you want to keep up on when we're going to be doing this next, just follow everyone here on all their socials because we all share when the stream's happening. But yeah, we'll see you next time. Same nerd channel. Bye.
Bye.